cool, cuz. Nigga, what's up? How gangster are you, cuz?
Hey.
I don't fuck with you, cuz. You disrespecting me.
What?
I don't fuck with you, cuz. You disrespecting me. I
go hard, cuz. Hey, everyone. Thank you guys so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is my birthday. It is Leo season, and I just want to thank everybody so much for just all of the messages, just direct messages, phone calls, texts, emails, messages on social media wishing me a happy birthday. It is such a blessing to see another year around the sun. I wrote a post earlier today on Instagram and on the YouTube comment thing, and everything I wrote just came straight from my heart. Like, I feel so blessed to just be here another year. A lot of y'all know I've been through a lot this year. I mean, a lot. But one thing I will say is that, you know, everything you go through is a lesson and a test for your testimony. So even though it hurt while going through it, I'm glad that I was able to, you know, survive and be on the other side of it. And I do want to thank, you know what I'm saying, the people in my life who kind of caused certain things to happen and, you know, put me in a bad space. I do want to thank y'all for reaching out to me today on my birthday and sincerely just apologizing and sincerely just, you know, just reaching out and trying to make amends. You know what I'm saying? Because again, nobody's perfect. So it takes a big person to do that. And I do really, really appreciate it. So thank you. Okay. Thank you. But hey, y'all, I hope you guys are doing good. I got my little Simba baby back there. My little niece and nephew, they came by to bring me a little cake, and then they got me a balloon. So I thought that was so sweet. My dad called me playing Stevie Wonder's Happy Birthday to Ya. Then my mom bought me like a whole bouquet of like money roses, and my oldest took me out to lunch. So today has just been wonderful. I've literally been in tears all day. Like from the time I woke up, I was crying. Like I cried all day. Like I cannot believe this. Like, God, another year, you know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing. You know, I'm really happy, you know, gosh, who would have thought I'd be in my damn 40s? Like, oh, it's crazy. But I'm grateful because like I said, you know, I wasn't supposed to be here. So the fact that, you know, I'm still here and still ticking, like, oh my God, God is so good. He really is, you know, because a lot of people, you know, don't make it. We're losing a lot of people younger and younger, you know, people passing away from stress, illnesses, being overworked, you know, a lot of stuff that's going on here. So, you know, definitely thank God for every year that you are here, you know, because it could always be worse. So I just thank you guys. All right. I see the chat is cracking. Oh my God. Y'all are already sending super chats and everything. Oh my gosh. Wow. Miss AB, thank you for the $9.99. She says, happy birthday. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you again in Atlanta. Kitty the Jackson, girl. Oh my gosh. She sent me $199.99. Sis, thank you so much. For just always being here, you know, being a day one supporter, always looking out. And I'm really excited that you got your invite and that you're coming to my party. I can't believe that you've never been on a plane before, but we're gonna help you out. We're gonna give you all the tips and tricks. And I can't wait to see you and meet you face to face in Atlanta. So thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, sis. Man, it's about to be cracking. Like, this is going to be, like, my last big hurrah. Just because there's so much stuff going on right now, you know, with the economy. We had an amazing Zoom meeting yesterday. And, you know, I just found out a lot of people are just being affected right now. People getting laid off. You know, people's housing, you know, losing their housing, not Section 8, food stamps, just all types of benefits that people need are just affecting folks, you know. So this is gonna be our last big hurrah for a while, because after this I want everybody to just really buckle down, because like we were talking about in the meeting, there's really not too much coming through to the ports as far as food, clothing, items. Now we're gonna start seeing the trickle-down effect from all these tariffs and all this nonsense that's been done over the past few months. So I just look forward to seeing everybody in a few weeks, you know what I'm saying, for our last big shindig. Let me see here. Night Charm. What's up, Brandon? He says, happy birthday, T. Thank you for being you. Stay blessed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love and support. Nevaeh sent $1.99. Thank you so much. Davi sent $9.99, says, happy birthday, T. Thank you. I appreciate you. Shelly J says, happy birthday, T. Random fact, you know Leos and Aquariuses are total opposite signs. No, I did not know that. You know, I'm a Leo. We don't worry about them. I love my little Leo attitude because it really be irking people like, she's such a stuck-up Leo. I'm not that way. I just play it up to annoy people, okay? And you know what? I kind of got low-key humbled the other day because I met another male Leo. I don't think I've ever talked to a male Leo before, like on the phone or just, I don't meet Leos. You know, I've met Leo girls, but I just don't meet Leo guys. I know one Leo guy in my life and he's gay, right? But I'm talking about like straight Leo men. I never meet them. I've only heard rumors that they're arrogant and stuck up and narcissistic, right? So I finally meet me a Leo and he's cool as hell. And I didn't know he was a Leo, but we're like vibing. We kind of have like the same mentality. We're just chopping it up. And I was like, what's your sign? Because, you know, I'm waiting to hear, you know, oh, the dreaded Pisces so I can run the other way. And so he was like, he was a Leo. I said, no, you're not. He was like, no, I am a Leo. And I was like, what? I've never met another male Leo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just haven't. And so he goes, oh, you're a Leo too. When's your birthday? And I'm like, July 29th. And you know what he had the nerve to say? Oh, you might as well be a Cancer. I said, you know what? I'm not going through this again. What we're not going to do, Leos, I don't know why this is a thing. We're not going to divide July Leos and August Leos. Y'all can kick rocks. I told her, I said, no, we're not going to do that. We are one pride. You're not going to do that to me. You're not going to force me onto Cancer. No, I am a Leo. I couldn't believe he said that. I'm like, you too? So you're one of those Leos, huh? You think you're better than the July? Okay, cool. So I don't know what that's about. People trying to divide themselves by months. I don't know. But for me, we are all one pride. July and August Leos, okay? But yes, thank you so much for the super chat, sis. I appreciate you. Okay, Nivea sent $4.99. She said, hey, T, today is my 22nd birthday. I share it with you. Well, happy birthday, twin. My twin in there, my best friend. Thank you so much, and happy birthday to you as well. I hope you're enjoying your birthday. Thank you for joining me on this stream. I appreciate you. Mina B sent 20, says, happy birthday, T. Thank you so much, Mina. I appreciate you, sis. Not Asian Matt. Where you been? Not Asian Matt in the building. You know what? Objection. Where you been at, Matt? We ain't seen you in months, honey. Thank you so much for the super chat. Asian Matt sent $20. He says, happy birthday, T. Looking good as usual. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for stopping through and showing love. I hope everything is going well with you. Gosh, look, everybody's coming through. I love it. Oh, Shalom Black. She sent $49.99. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Like, I feel like an internet auntie watching you, Aloho, you guys just stepping into motherhood and looking so beautiful while doing it. Like, I feel like a proud big mom. Like, look at my little daughters, honey, being mamas and taking care of business, you know? So continue just being a wonderful mother to your beautiful baby garden. And thank you so much for the super chat, sis. Like, I feel like a proud auntie. I'm like, dang, everybody's growing up on me, starting families, getting married, having babies. I love it. I swear. Oh, my goodness. You guys are so wonderful. Brandon Ryan sent $5, says, happy birthday, T. I can't wait for the Umar T child. You know what? Shout out to my boy, Ronan. Ronan caught me this morning talking about, hey, can I speak to T? I said, who is this? He said, it's Gofundtunde. Gofundtunde Johnson, wishing you a happy birthday. When I tell you, I fell the hell out. I said, not Gofundtunde Johnson. Yeah, we're going to talk about Umar. We're going to talk about the prince of, paying pizza in a bit. So thank you so much. Y'all are just wonderful. Eyes to the Soul just sent $100. Thank you so much, Eyes to the Soul. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love and support on my channel always. Thank you, thank you. Gabby H sent 1999, says, thank you for all your hard work and dedication to your platform. I love your perspectives and advice. I'm 28 and need people like you in my algorithm. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate that. Even when I did the video the other day, I had some guys on there kind of upset with me. And I had to talk to some of my friends, like, was I coming off mean? Was I coming off bitter? And my friend reassured me, like, no, you were keeping it real. You were letting young girls know what they need to look for if they're trying to get into a serious relationship, because so many of us weren't told this stuff. We weren't told the real. We were told to just get into a relationship with the first person that says that they love you, and you're supposed to, deal with disrespect, infidelity, what I'm saying? Just deal with all types of stuff just to say you have a man. And I want this new generation to do better than what we were taught. You know what I'm saying? Because there is love out there. There are good men out there, but you just can't settle for anything, So I'm just always happy when I hear young people in their 20s say that they look up to me and that my advice really helps them out, because they don't have an auntie. They don't have a mother that they can talk to, or who, taught them certain things and didn't teach them certain things. So I just really, really appreciate that. So thank you so much. Yes, y'all. Travel Jet Setter says, you didn't do nothing wrong. Thank you. Yeah, there was a few. I don't know. I don't want to call them Dusties, but they were big mad. They're like, you're just bitter. I'm like, no, I've been through life, and I'd be wrong as a woman in my 40s to not turn around and teach people younger than me, the right thing, so they don't have to make the same mistakes. You're supposed to learn from the mistakes that other people make, so that way you're not destined to repeat them. So why wouldn't you want the youth to do better than you did? You know what I'm saying? That's just what you're supposed to do, Victoria Lewis says she sent a Cash App. Thank you so much. And shout out to the people who send me Cash Apps too. I appreciate y'all. I always try and reply back with emojis and stuff. So thank you for the Cash App, Victoria. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead. We got over 3,000 people in here so far. Y'all are showing so much love. I appreciate it. I'm going to read a few more super chats and we're going to start the stream here. Officer Doofy Senpai says, happy birthday, Auntie. My baby's birthday is tomorrow. I love my stuck-up Leo. Well, happy early birthday to your baby, and thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Tiniest Little Kiwi sent 5. Thank you so much, sis. Appreciate you. Jashai. Hopefully I said that right. They sent $2. Says, happy birthday, lovely T. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Little Nikki Harris. Ooh, it just refreshed. Says, happy birthday from Eagle Mountain, Utah. I've been watching your channel since I retired from the Army in 2017. You are amazing. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. And I don't think we ever have anybody on here from Utah. So thank you so much for showing me love all the way from your home state. And I'm glad that you've been here rocking with me since 2017. So I really appreciate you for that. Thank you. So yeah, it's a lot going on. So let me talk first before we get into like the heavier stuff. Okay, I finished Love Island. I ended up finishing it, I think like 2 or 3 days after my last live stream where I talked about Love Island. And like I told y'all, I had never watched it before. I didn't even know who these people were. My oldest son put me onto it and he was like, you need to watch it. He gave me his login and, I watched it. And so I want to come back with like my thoughts, right? And one thing I will say now that I watched the show, because at first I just didn't get it. I'm like, okay, these people are weird. They're just kissing each other and swapping a bunch of germs. But I really started liking the show. And it was very emotional. Like, I don't know. This is like the most emotional reality TV show I've ever watched. I've never seen so many men cry. Like, they were always breaking down. Like, they really built a bond. I'm like, am I missing something? Because I'm so used to watching ratchet people, like, baddies. All they do is fight and punch each other in the face and pull wigs off. So to see people like genuinely cry and show love, I'm like, damn, this is a different type of emotion from reality television. I wasn't ready for this. I was up one night at 3 o'clock in the morning crying along with Ace. When Ace and the pretty girl, Shelly, got, booted off, I'm up there boo-hooing. I'm like, I didn't even like Ace at first. Now he got me up here crying and shit at 3 a.m. What in the world? What the helly? What the heliante? So I really liked it. I was like, wow, like it's a very emotional show. They really build a bond. Like they really do, you know. And I was shocked to see them be removed off the island because I thought they were gonna make it. I thought they were gonna go far. But unfortunately, oh my gosh, everybody's calling me. But unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, they didn't go far. But I hope they're still together because I really like them on the show. I thought they made a good couple. But I'm not going to lie. I was expecting Olandria and Nick to win. I just felt like they had both been through so much. Nick lost his person when Sierra was kicked off. Olandria was, you know, betrayed by Taylor. Okay? So I just knew it was going to be Nick and Olandria. And then, you know, but I'm going to say this. I did start liking Amaya. Because at first I wasn't really kind of feeling her. I'm like, it's too much crying. She's doing too much. But I think what it was is she just was not matched with the right person who understood her. And when her mom came to the show and her family, and her mom, I'm like, damn, that's the stepdaddy. The stepdaddy looked like he her age. I said, okay, mama. Shout out to all the aunties pulling them young ones. I said, not the stepdaddy being the stepdaughter age. But Amaya's mom was beautiful. Stepdaddy was, you know what I'm saying, handsome. And so I kind of see where Amaya gets, like, you know, her vulnerability and stuff from. So I did end up liking Amaya Papaya as I watched more episodes and she started kind of regaining her confidence again. And I just felt like her and Brian were like a really good match. I really liked Brian. I loved when his family came on there. Like, he really broke down crying. I'm like, these people have really good, strong bonds with their family. You know, Nick broke down crying to his mom, and it was just like Ace was crying. I really enjoyed it. Like, I really did. I really thought it was very, you know, outside of them swapping spit every other episode, it was very wholesome television, you know? For the most part, they were hooking up and having sex, you know, knowing each other less than a week. But outside of them having sex too fast for me, I did end up liking Love Island. So, you know, maybe I'll check out the other ones. But yeah, I really wanted Nick and Olandria to win. I'm glad that, what's her name? Huda. And what was Huda's partner? The tall black guy? Was it Chris? I might be wrong. I'm thinking Chris, but I might be wrong. But I'm glad that they didn't end up together. I did not like the way Huda was talking to him. Was that his name? If y'all can write it in the chat. I'm thinking it's Chris, but it's so many different names. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really good. Okay, it was Chris. Okay, T, remembering the name. Y'all know how we probably forgetting names, child. Okay, okay, good. I remembered his name, Chris. I like Chris. I loved his family dynamic. Huda, I feel like she's one of those exotical girls. She's used to men gassing her up. And so she thinks she can just talk to men any type of way, talk to them, you know, like talk down to them like they're her child. And I get that you're a mother, but it's the way that you speak to people. And they just were not a good fit, I thought initially, but, you know, and I like the fact that he stood up to her and that, you know, he kind of let her know, like, no, you're not going to talk to me like that. I'm not your child. You know, so I'm glad that they didn't end up connecting. She just needs to be single for a while and go do her. You know, she's a fun girl. I do like Huda. I think she's a fun girl. She knows how to twerk. She knows how to dance. But I think as far as relationships, she does not know how to compromise. She wants a lot of control. So I didn't like them together after a while, and I'm glad that he kind of woke up and he kind of stepped back. But I definitely loved Brian and Amaya together, and I really liked Olandria and Nick. And I don't know if they're still together. I'm hoping that they're together. I'm thinking they are. I haven't really followed up to see. But I know a lot of people were saying that Brian cheated on Amaya and they're not together. But I went to her social media page today and they posted a video, I think a few days ago. They're still together. So they definitely made a connection. So I'm really happy for them. Somebody says she already moved on. Somebody else says Huda needs therapy. Who's in a new relationship? Who moved on? I'm reading the chat. Who moved on? Spill the tea. They're in Greece filming now. Olandria and Nick, hold on. Somebody said Nick took my girl to Greece. So they're in Greece. Oh, so Nick and Olandria are in Greece. So they're still together. Clock it. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad they're together. Okay, good. So Maya and Brian are together. Olandria and Nick are together. Wow. So now what about Ace and Shelly? Are they not together? Don't tell me they're not together. I really like them. So Huda's dating somebody new. Okay, well, good for Huda. Good for her. What about Shelly and Ace? Are they together? I'm waiting for the stream moves slower. Them too. Okay. Okay. I'm so happy. Look at that. All right. So Shelly and Ace are together too. I'm happy. I love this. So Amaya Papaya got her man. Nick and Olandria are together, and Shelly and Ace. I love that for those three women and those three men. Like, I'm invested now. So shout out to my son for getting me hooked on Love Island, because I would have never. If he didn't pressure me, I'd have just been like, who are these people trending every other day? So I'm glad I got a chance to watch it. And it was really wholesome. Like, honestly, like, I could watch it and just, go to sleep and sleep peacefully. When I would be up at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning watching baddies, I'd be ready to fight. I'm ready to swing. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, T, take your ass to bed. Baddies would, like, mess up my frequency. But, you got to watch it so that way I know what's going on when people ask me questions. I got to know what's going on in pop culture. So it was really nice for the past few weeks to just be watching something based on positivity and love. And I'm really happy that those young people are together. Like, I feel like a proud mom. Like, I watched them from day one when they walked in the house. So that is amazing. I love to hear that. Yeah, baddies be having me ready to fight, child. I be thinking I'm Big Lex around the house. Who wants some of Tutu? Big Lex left the fight. She gonna beat somebody else. Baddies will have you thinking that you like the best fighter out there. So this was refreshing. It really was. I'm like, nobody was, outside of Huda being hood and ghetto, nobody was like fighting and cussing each other out. It's funny that it was the non-black girl who was the most ghettoest one on the show, okay? But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Love Island. So I look forward to watching more. I do. Oh, there's a reunion? Oh, they do reunions. August 25th. Okay, AG. I didn't know they had reunions. There's a UK version. And then y'all were telling me to watch Temptation Island. I haven't, watched it yet. I said I might do it, but then I'm kind of nervous because y'all said people are on there having threesomes. Why? Why are we having threesomes on Temptation Island? Okay, I guess that's why it's called Temptation Island. But yeah, I said I might have to watch it because y'all said if I was like shooketh with this, I'll be even more shooketh with Temptation Island. So not y'all trying to get me to watch mainstream reality TV. I'm always watching them bootleg reality TV shows. But now it felt good to watch something very light. Because like I said, I would be in tears, boy. Like, oh, not them having me crying and stuff. Like when Austin got booted off, I was crying. Even when Taylor left. Like that had me emotional. Because he'd been there. When Ace broke down, when Taylor, had to leave. Like, that was sad, like watching their bromance. I'm like, they really got me up here crying. Who would have thought Big Leo would be up here watching this crying? I didn't know who these people were a month ago. So I love this show. I really do. So just thank y'all. Because I know a lot of y'all was like, T, when you find out who won, come back and talk about it. So I wanted to talk about it real quick. So that's what's going on with Love Island. Yaya says Temptation Island is going to piss you off. What? Oh my gosh. It's called Temptation Island for a reason. Yes, it is. I might check it out though, because Love Island was very interesting. Even like the games and, it was just fun to like live vicariously through all these people, all of them, everybody was handsome, everybody was pretty and, and they were all cool, like everybody was cool. Oh, the other couple, the white girl, the pretty white girl and Pepe. What's her name? Was that Isis? The one that was with Pepe, are they still together? Y'all not like me some Pepe. He was handsome. But he wasn't going to talk to nobody that wasn't white with blue eyes. I forget her name. Are they still together? Because I thought they were a cute couple. I liked them together as well. Iris. I think I called her Isis. Iris. That's her name. I liked it, Iris. She was really, really sweet. I liked it, her. Are they together? Okay, so Iris and Pepe are together too? Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm so happy for all these people. Okay, that's what's up. I'm really happy. Okay, good. Because I liked them together. I thought that they made a good couple. And I really like Pepe's family too. So, and her family was really cool. So this is amazing. Okay. Pepe was fine, honey. But Pepe said, I'm a Spaniard. We're not going no darker than Iris. Yeah, Pepe was fine. He was fine. All of them dudes on that show, look good. They were all fine, child. Every last one of them. But yeah, so let's go ahead. We're going to get into some stuff here. So, the other night, I was on the Shade Room. And when I tell you that it was the other day, they made a post about Michael Rapaport. And Michael Rapaport is the guy that played in Higher Learning. And so, let me put on these earbuds real quick here. He played in Higher Learning, and
hot summer nights, mid-July, when you and I were forever wild.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I don't even know where that music came from, child. Sounded like elevator music. But anyhow, he is coming on, and he's talking about Hulk Hogan. And so the Shade Room posted it, and he's going off. He's upset that people were basically calling out Hulk Hogan, saying that he was a racist, and he was feeling that people were not giving Hulk Hogan the respect that he deserved. And so I wrote a comment on the Shade Room, and very eloquent, long, and then I noticed it disappeared after I wrote it. And I'm like, damn it. I mean, I wrote a lot. I put my heart into this damn response because I had a lot to say. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm an old school wrestling fan. Can't get into the new stuff on Netflix. Not saying it's bad because I heard the new stuff is okay. I just don't have time to watch it. We're watching Love Island around here, okay? So I wrote something very good, right, on the Shade Room. And it's so funny because I went to go pull it up today and the post is there. Instagram was suppressing it. Usually when I write on the Shade Room, people be like, oh, I seen your comment on the Shade Room. And they'll have, I'm not saying it's going to have thousands of likes, but there's at least 50 likes. This post has not one like. So Instagram was shadow banning my post. I believe. I suspect. Okay? And I'm going to show y'all what I wrote. But let me just check something here because we want to play this. I want to play it through the headphones. So let me share my screen first and foremost. So let me do that. And I'm going to read to y'all what I wrote. Or should I? No, let's watch his rant first. We're going to watch his rant first. All right. So that, yeah, like y'all see, this is my post. I wrote a lot. It don't got not one like. And when I wrote this literally 20 minutes after they posted this. 20 minutes. Because I was like literally a few people under them. Right? But it's all good. I found my post. So we're going to listen to what Michael Rapaport has to say. Give me just a second here. Hold on.
Hogan passes away. We're not going to disrespect the Hulkster. That's what we're not going to do. Is we're not going to be disrespecting Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. I don't care if he had some controversy outside of the ring. I don't care if he endorsed Donald Trump. We're talking about one of the most original characters in American popular culture history, whether you know wrestling or you're a fan of wrestling or not. We are talking about a guy who created something out of his imagination that captured the world's attention. Men, women, and children all know who Hulk Hogan is who the great Hulk Hogan was. And like I said, I don't care about him endorsing Trump. I don't care about the stuff that was controversial. We're not going to be disrespecting the man with the 18-inch pythons, brother. We're not going to be disrespecting the Hulkster for the joy that he gave. Forget you as an adult, sicko. Forget you. Think about the kid. Think about you as a kid. Talk about a real-life superhero. When the Hulkster was out there oiled up with his goatee and his hair and those 18-inch pythons, brother. Pure joy, elation, total original. This is an original character that he created. Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. We're not going to disrespect the Hulkster, brother.
Objection. Shut the fuck up, brother. Okay? Shut your ass up. So this is what I wrote, okay? I said this. Because, most people, most black folks were like, he's not invited to the cookout. Take back his black card. I don't know who gave him a black card. I don't know why y'all keep inviting these randoms to the cookout. But I never invited him to the cookout, okay? So, this is what I wrote. I said, as an old school wrestling fan, many of us grew up loving Hulkamania. The energy, the catchphrases, and the legacy. But admiration for the character doesn't erase the reality of who Hulk Hogan became in his later years. He was caught on tape making deeply racist comments towards Brooke's black boyfriend, then gaslit her to defend his actions while throwing her under the bus when convenient. This is what led to the removal of the what led to his removal from the WWE Hall of Fame. It wasn't until years later, when the backlash died down, that the company quietly reinstated him, not because he made things right, but because it was finally safe to do so. Don't get me started on his MAGA antics. Yes, it's sad that he died, but that does not negate his complicated legacy with us black wrestling fans. Don't sit there and gaslight us black wrestling fans, Michael. We have the right to separate the man from the character and hold his real-world antics accountable. And last but not least, while his MAGA fan base hate many people of color, all real wrestling fans know that there would be no Hulk Hogan if it wasn't for the Iron Sheik. Now clock that T. Okay? Don't play with me. Don't play with us old school wrestling fans, okay? Objection. Clock that T. So him talking about, he came up with the character himself and he did this, and that. The reason why he got popular, okay, was because of the Iron Sheik and all the stuff that was going on in the 80s with the Middle East versus America. And Vince McMahon was able to play on that. He was able to play on the xenophobia that many people had for the Middle East. So the Iron Sheik, okay, let's go. Thank you, Sagittarius, baby. Let's go. So the Iron Sheik was put out there. He was one of the biggest heels at the time in the WWF, okay? And so he brought in the ratings. They sold seats. People would literally spit on the Iron Sheik. That's how good he played his character, okay? So you have this badass Middle Eastern man. He's beating everybody. We're scared that we might be bombed and attacked by the Middle East. And then all of a sudden, here come these great American heroes. Sergeant Slaughter, okay? Hulk Hogan, and a bunch of other ones. And they were there to basically take up for America and take down the Middle Eastern threat, who was the Iron Sheik. So miss me with the bullshit. I always find it funny how, MAGA wants to be so racist. Some people, not all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And basically act like, he's the great American hero and this, and that. There would be no Hulk Hogan if it was not for the Iron Sheik being one of the best heels at the time that gave Hulk Hogan a space for him to win the belt. The Iron Sheik agreed to allow Hulk Hogan to win the title. And then what did Hulk Hogan do over the years? He never wanted to lose. Okay? He never wanted to basically hand the throne down to the next person. A lot of people in wrestling did not like Hulk Hogan like that. And again, I was a wrestling fan. I was a Hulkamaniac. You couldn't tell me nothing when I was a kid. Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, the Big Boss Man, Jake the Snake, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair, Macho Man Randy Savage, okay? I loved all these guys. Miss Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know I love old school wrestling, and rest in peace to Chyna. One of the best female wrestlers to ever do it. But I hate how people are trying to rewrite history. We can say that we liked Hulk Hogan as a kid. It's sad when anyone dies, right? I love the character of Hulk Hogan and what the character stood for. Eat your vegetables. Take your vitamins. That's why we look how we look now in our 40s. We were all taking Flintstones vitamins, Hulk Hogan vitamins, because Hulk Hogan said so. Say your prayers, eat your vegetables, and take your vitamins. This is why we look like this. This is why millennials look younger than Gen Z. Thanks to the Hulkster. No, it's like tell me when there was something in them damn vitamins and that damn garden hose water that we used to drink. Because you're not coming inside. Y'all gonna pick inside or outside. Okay? So I just hate the fact that they don't want, oh yeah, and The Undertaker. Thank you. Y'all know I love me some The Undertaker. He used to scare me as a kid. But it's just very funny that he's acting like nobody can have an opinion. You don't have the right to dictate how black wrestling fans, real black wrestling fans who grew up watching WWF, WWE, WCW, you have no right to tell us how we can interpret that man's legacy. Point blank, period. Like I said in my stream last week, you live your life and you go through life, but you also have to think about the legacy that you leave behind. And unfortunately for him, his legacy outside of the ring was that he was kind of a shitty individual. Not judging him, but we're not going to denounce it either. We're not going to act like that didn't exist. And that goes for anybody, right? I'm a big Tupac fan. That doesn't mean he was perfect. He did a lot of dumb things. And we can still call out the goofy things that he did being young and not knowing any better and hold him accountable and still say he's one of the best rappers to ever do it. But why when it comes to, Hulk Hogan, we're only allowed to feel one way, which is he had 18-inch biceps, brother. Who gives a damn? He also said a lot of racist shit. He also put his own daughter, Brooke Hogan, through a lot. And Brooke finally spoke out today because I've been following Brooke for years. So she spoke out, and we'll get into that in just a moment as well. So I just don't like when people of other races try to tell, people how they should feel. I don't care about his controversy. I don't care about his past. Well, it's easy for you not to care about it as a white man because it doesn't affect you. But for us as black wrestling fans, who my brothers, we remember them wrestler dolls. You could, wrestle with them. We had all them characters. We had an Ultimate Warrior one. We had a Hulk Hogan one. Our black parents spent money on his toys. We watched pay-per-view series. We put money into his pockets. So no, he doesn't have the right to just sit on tape and say that he's racist and say the N-word. And I'm just supposed to be like, oh, it doesn't matter. He was one of the best wrestlers to ever do it. Nah, hold up. That's fucked up. Those are words that came out his mouth. He called Brooke's boyfriend the N-word and then said, yeah, he's racist. And only apologized because he was caught. And granted, again, like I've always said, it was wrong that he was recorded because that was a private conversation. And if most of our private conversations were recorded, you know what I'm saying? We've all said crazy things when we thought nobody was listening. We're all human, right? But that doesn't negate the fact that he still said it. And it's not even like Brooke's boyfriend did something to him or did something to Brooke. He basically said, yeah, if my daughter's going to sit here and fuck an N-word, at least fuck a 6-foot, 8-foot basketball player, at least fuck a rich N-word. It's like, damn, really? But I've come bearing receipts like I always do. So Michael Rapaport needs to shut the fuck up because I haven't forgot. This is the video, the audio, excuse me, of him talking about Brooke's boyfriend at the time that Brooke was very much in love with. This is when Brooke was going through her hip hop phase, running around with Paul Wall and, you know, the rappers. She was dropping her music, you know, because I was a big fan of Hogan Knows Best. I watched all 4 seasons growing up. Well, I was an adult by then, but y'all know what I mean. I watched all 4 seasons. So let's go ahead and listen to this audio here. We're not going to listen to the whole, but I'm going to get to the point that we need to listen to. All right. Hulk Hogan in 4K.
I do it right now. There's nothing else. We're doing the best we can. So it gets to the point where I don't know if Brooke was fucking the black and son, where they've been hanging out. I caught them holding hands together on the tour. They were getting close. I knew before I took a fucking pit. I'm not a double standard type guy. I'm a racist to a point. Yeah. You know, fucking weird. But then when it comes to nice people, we all are that way. Yeah.
And then you hear the white lady, Heather. Well, we're all about that way. We're all that way. Talking about black folks.
When it comes to nice people, you can't say. I don't give a fuck. She's dirty. I don't care. Underneath football, underneath basketball player, to have me. If we're gonna talk with vendors, let's get a rich one. The kid is a multi-billionaire, but the thing is, now they start doing these nasty emails, so someone will ride their relationship, and so now don't ever want to talk to anybody. No.
So y'all just heard it. He said, you know, I don't care if she wants to fuck a N-word, but let's get a rich one. So those are his words. And you don't get to tell me as a black wrestling fan how I should feel when I hear that. Because again, I was a huge Hulkamaniac. You know what I'm saying? I was a big fan of Hogan Knows Best. So when I heard that, it's like, damn, that's fucked up. And it just goes to show you that that's how some folks think. They don't like black men unless you have money. If you have money, then yeah, you can fuck with Becky. You know? He said the quiet part out loud. So Michael Rapaport doesn't get to sit here and say that I don't care what he said in the past. Bitch, I care. I care about what he said in the past because I was a legitimate fan and what he said in the past was disgusting. So, and on top of that, you know, of course, wrestlers had mixed emotions about Hulk Hogan, but he wasn't like a stellar guy in the wrestling world. Let's also not forget that my old governor, Jesse the Body Ventura, he was one of the first, well, he became governor of Minnesota years ago, right? He was an ex-wrestler. He was Jesse the Body Ventura, and then when he ran for governor of Minnesota and won, he became Jesse the Mind Ventura. He also ran a TV show called Conspiracy Theories or something like that, and I used to love it. I used to watch it all the time. But Jesse Ventura he's dope. He was a great governor, and I remember a few years ago he did an interview about Hulk Hogan and why he did not like Hulk Hogan, because Hulk Hogan ratted him out. At the time, Jesse Ventura was trying to start a union for like a labor union for wrestlers. So that way wrestlers could have health insurance and be paid fairly and compensated, because Vince McMahon was becoming a billionaire off of the backs of all of these men and women. Okay? He's keeping the majority of the money. And so Jesse was trying to get all the wrestlers together to form a union. But because Hulk Hogan was the golden child, he was the golden goose of the WWF at the time, and he was making more money than every wrestler combined at the time at I believe it was WrestleMania. That time, I forgot what WrestleMania. But Hulk Hogan was paid more than everyone combined at that year's WrestleMania. So he wasn't trying to mess up his bag. So what did he do? He went and snitched on Jesse Ventura to Vince McMahon. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and watch this. And one thing about Jesse don't play that. He even did an updated interview 11 months ago, and he still wasn't messing with Hulk Hogan. Let me find the clip here. So this is the interview from 9 years ago. We're going to watch some of this here. And I'm sorry if you guys are not wrestling fans. This is for my old school wrestling fans. Y'all understand these people. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm in my wrestling bag right now. Let me enjoy my birthday. We're talking about one of my favorite topics, which is old school wrestling, brother. All right, so let's go ahead and watch this video right here.
Take crap from him. That's why we separated. He wanted to control my marketing and I wouldn't let him. I already had copyrighted Jesse the Body Ventura and I owned it and I wouldn't give it up to him. That's why we parted company, because I would not give up my individuality or ownership to him.
You and Hulk were once good friends.
Yeah.
What's the likelihood of that ever being repaired?
Never.
What?
Can't trust him. I'm not friends with anyone I don't trust. I have to have a trust.
See, that's what's called integrity. He says, I'm not friends with anyone I don't trust. If I can't trust somebody, why are we friends?
With someone to be their friend. And he's the one that ratted me to Vince when I tried to unionize. I found that out under federal deposition when Vince was put under sworn, and he didn't hesitate at all. I told my lawyer the story, and in deposition you could ask about anything. And so I wanted to know who ratted me in the locker room, because there were no agents, no one from the office was in there when I did it. So it had to be one of the boys. And when my attorney said, Mr. McMahon, has there ever been a union in wrestling? And Vince said, no. He said, has anyone ever tried to? And Vince said, well, I think Jesse Ventura spouted his mouth off about it once before. And my attorney said, did you hear Mr. Ventura? No. Well, then how do you know he did? With no hesitation, Vince went, Hulk Hogan told me. And I didn't show any emotion, but I almost tipped over in the chair. Because he...
Again, betrayal. So Michael Rapaport is trying to get people to just forget about anything Hulk Hogan has done. No, that's not how it works. Okay? You're in love with the character as a grown man in your damn 50s. We're focusing on the man behind the character. That's what adults do.
Because he was my friend. And I thought, but then I understand why. When we went to court, I saw in WrestleMania 3, Hogan got paid more than all of us combined. Now, why would he want a union when he's getting taken care of? Imagine that, WrestleMania 3, 93,000 people, and he got more than Andre the Giant and all the rest of us combined. If there was a union, would that happen? No.
What communication did you have with Hulk after you found that out?
None. I've never spoken to him since and don't intend to.
Did he ever try and
Why would he
reach out?
bother? Why would he bother with me? He's dealing with Hulkamania. The only time he made contact, he wrote a book when I was governor, and he was coming here once to do a book signing, and he wanted to make sure I wouldn't get him arrested. So he actually had Vince McMahon contact me as governor. And you know what I told Vince? I said, you tell Hulk, believe it or not, I have more important things on my mind than him. I said, I know it'll destroy his ego to hear that, but I don't think of him on a daily basis.
What did Hulk Hogan...
And that is why we fuck with Jesse the Body, a.k.a. Jesse the Mind Ventura. Okay, I'm proud to say that was our ex-governor of Minnesota. He didn't play that. Y'all know I'm gonna bring receipts that y'all ain't never seen. Okay? Because as a real wrestling fan, I know the tea. So Michael Rapaport, you can't shame me. We're bringing receipts here, okay? And so now there's a more updated interview from 11 months ago. This was just, now he's older here in this one. This was 11 months ago. He still don't fuck with Hulk Hogan.
To an extent, well, I'll tell you the story.
That's 30 years ago, right?
Yeah, but this was just prior to WrestleMania 2. We were all in a dressing room, and there was nobody from the office. I waited, and I got up on a chair, and I told everybody, now is our time to unionize. I said, all the publicity's gone out on WrestleMania. I said, if we refuse to wrestle, unless union negotiators are brought in, it's federal law. They have to be brought in. It's the law. And I said, and then if we can get the Charlotte guys to join us, we can freeze them, freeze Vince, and force them to do collective bargaining, and we can finally get a union. And I gave my impassioned speech, right? The next day I go home, my phone rings, it's Vince. What the union, da-da-da. I said, Vince, I fought him. I said, Vince, I'm not talking about just fighting you and that. I said, right now, this was 1980s. I said, right now I pay $5,000 a year for health care for my family. If we had a union, I might only have to pay $1,250. You know, because there's strength in numbers.
Sure.
I said, what about all the guys I've seen that give 30 years to this business, and in the end, they ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of? If we had a union, maybe they could retire with $500 a month.
Preach, okay? Look how many wrestlers have put their bodies through hell. Look how many of our old school wrestlers have died and nothing. They have nothing left to their legacy. Meanwhile, Vince McMahon is a billionaire. So he was trying to get all this done back in the 80s. And Hulk Hogan not only snaked him, but snaked every wrestler out there. Okay? Because this could have benefited not only them at the time, but the wrestlers coming behind them. So Jessie is keeping it real. Yes, look at China. She had to do porn. Poor China. Because Vince McMahon owned her name, owned her likeness. And Stephanie McMahon, you know what I'm saying, she took her man. So this was what Jesse Ventura was trying to do all those years, and Hulk Hogan snaked him.
Something.
Yeah.
I said, why? And you know what did it for me? I was in Las Vegas, and I got on an elevator. And you know who got on the elevator with me?
Who?
A great big offensive guard from the Oakland Raiders by the name of Gene Upshaw. Do you know who Gene Upshaw was?
Yeah.
Head of the NFL Players Association. I got on that elevator, and Gene Upshaw, I said, hi, Gene. Hey, Jesse, nice to meet you. Gene's big black finger went up in the air, and he goes, you boys need a union. And I said, I know. Gene Upshaw sparked me and said, you boys need a union. I said, I know we do. So I stood up. I gave my impassioned thing to unionize. Vince called me on the carpet the next day. I didn't care. I was going to do Predator. And then when I came back to Vince, I told Vince, you don't have to worry about me speaking out on union no more. He goes, really? Why not? I said, I got mine. Screen Actors Guild. I said, I now get health benefits, retirement. Right now, with the little shit that I did in Hollywood, I'm retired on over $50,000 a year from SAG. I get over $50,000 a year.
Still.
Right now.
Wow.
I'm collecting it. It's my retirement.
Wow.
And so when I came back to Vince, I said, you don't need to worry about me. If these dummies don't want to protect themselves, screw them. I tried. I said, I got my SAG card, and I'm on retirement right now. I started at age 70. Started collecting, and I made it up to where I make over $50,000 a year in SAG retirement. And then I have after retirement too.
Wow.
Which is the broadcasters.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, I could never figure this one out. But then it came to me. Why, since wrestling's on TV every week, why weren't they required to join AFTRA? You want to know why?
Why?
Healthcare. You think AFTRA wants to bring in 1,000 wrestlers into their healthcare system? It would bankrupt them. That can be the only reason.
Yeah.
Because they're on TV every week on television. Why aren't they required to join AFTRA?
Yeah. Jesse, this has been...
All right, so that is Jesse. He gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he said big black finger. Y'all know he's old child. He said he pointed his big black finger and said you need to unionize. But yeah, it's just, like I said, you know, Hulk Hogan has a very complicated legacy, and he just did a lot of just shady stuff. Even The Undertaker was blasting him a while back. I don't know if you guys ever saw this clip of Mark, because I like watching a lot of like the random interviews with like the old school wrestlers. Like I'll watch the documentaries, interviews. I just can't get into the new people, so I couldn't name you the new people at all. But anything with the old school folks, I'm on it. So in this video, Undertaker is talking about, you know, his issues with Hulk Hogan and how like Hulk Hogan just would do shady shit in the ring, you know, and basically get away with it. So we're going to go ahead and watch this real quick here.
I wrestle none other than the Golden Goose himself, the star, the moneymaker, the big dude. I'm going to go over. I'm going to win the championship. I'm walking down the hall, just going to my locker room. He goes, hey, brother, can I talk to you? I'm really nervous about taking the tombstone. I got this bad neck. I was like, look, I promise you, I'll take great care of you. You know, don't worry about it. So we get into the match, and now it's time for the finish. Finish is where I'm going to tombstone him on a chair. I've given my kids rougher bumps than I give Hogan. I wrap him up. I've got him. The chair comes down. Boom. As soon as my knees touch, oh brother, you got me. I'm like, oh, I just crippled the Golden Goose. I just hurt Hogan. So I'm walking back. I get backstage. I was like, where's Hogan? He's in Vince's office. Hogan's laid on the floor. So I'm going over to like check on him and apologize and everything else. It took a few days before I actually got to see the footage. His head never touched. My 1 year anniversary with.
So he basically faked the injury while they were fighting, so that way he wouldn't have to give up, you know, the championship to him. He just did a lot of like just real weird stuff. And then so you know, a lot of people would just be calling him out. There was another, let me see, I got a few interviews. The Iron Sheik goes off. He died, what, 2 years ago, I believe the Iron Sheik died. He still hated Hulk Hogan to like his last days, just because of how Hulk Hogan played him, and like refused to, after he allowed Hulk Hogan to beat him, and I guess it was WrestleMania, whatever, 1 or 2, Hulk Hogan said, you know, he was really grateful because the Iron Sheik basically allowed him to take the championship belt. And so he said he was going to keep in contact with them and whatever else, and he never did. So he just learned early on that he was fake. So there's like 2 different interviews. Let me see. Is this the one?
Legal to call.
Hold on. Okay, that's the one where he was called. Like his interviews are funny. The Iron Sheik, it might be hard for some of y'all to understand him, but his interviews are funny, like his old stuff. Let me go ahead and show y'all this one here. Okay.
We'll get something going. Then you would call him and he wouldn't return your call. Is that the source of the argument?
You're absolutely right, Mr. Howard, because the man, all intelligent wrestling fans around the world, a special match of the arena, Madison Square Garden, New York, and New York City, they know who was the champion before that, Hollywood Blonde Jabroni, Hulk Hogan, Iron Sheik. Right. So after I lost my belt to him, I'm getting so excited, I won't even stand up. Talk. And after I lost my belt to him, Mr. Howard, he come in the locker room. He said, Shiki baby, I love you. I owe you one. And after that, he never returned my call back. And another lie to me, he told me another lie. 2 months ago, I met him in the New Jersey. And he come, said, Shiki baby, I love you again. And he tell his jabroni puppet, he was my first manager, Jimmy Hart. And he tell Jimmy Hart, get the chicken number, we're going to use him for his show, reality show, whatever. Right. But I hope we have a little bit problem. He didn't call me again. That's the 2 times, Mr. Howard, he lied to me.
All right, so he...
You gotta love the Iron Sheik. He acted the same. I know a lot of the young people are like, whoa, who was that? That is the Iron Sheik. He was the original face of the WWF, okay? He was like the main guy running it. That is how Hulk Hogan got his start. And so what he's saying, I know it's hard to kind of understand through the accent if you don't know the backstory. That's why he's pissed, because he doesn't need a microphone. Because he's just naturally loud. But what he's saying is that basically, because, for the most part, the storyline in wrestling is scripted, right? So they came up with the storyline to allow Hulk Hogan, the American hero, to win. He finally agreed to it. So after he allowed Hulk Hogan to win, Hulk Hogan came to him and was like, I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm going to call you. We're going to be best buds. We're going to do a bunch of work together. Basically acting like, he was really grateful the fact that he passed the torch to him. He said, well, Hulk Hogan never called him. He said, objection! He never called. That jabroni never called me. Okay, so then he said a few years later, he's with his manager, Jimmy Hart. If y'all remember Jimmy Hart, he's the one who had that microphone, the megaphone, Jimmy Hart. So that was his manager at the time. He said they ran into him while Hulk Hogan was filming his reality TV show. So he asked the Iron Sheik again, oh, give me your phone number. I want to have you come on my reality TV show, because if you watch Hogan Knows Best, it'd be a lot of different old school wrestlers popping up. Like his friends from the, the ring and stuff like that, they would come onto the show. So he said the same thing when he ran into Iron Sheik, like, oh, and by then, Iron Sheik is broke. There's no union. There's no residuals. What else is he going to do? Y'all see how he's acting now? He's walking around with a tie, a head wrap, and a medal. You know what I mean? Like, so there wasn't a whole lot of work for the Iron Sheik after the WWE. And so, Hulk Hogan said, I'll put you on my reality TV show, Hogan Knows Best. They exchanged numbers. Iron Sheik calls him like, hey, I'm ready to film. Like, I want this opportunity. Hulk Hogan never returns his call. So that's why he's going off. That's why he's going off on him. He's just basically saying Hulk Hogan is fake. He's fake and he's not to be trusted. But yeah, that's the Iron Sheik. He's funny. He is funny. So yeah, it's like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot that comes with Hulk Hogan. Let me see. Okay, and then this was the most recent. Oh yeah. And then there was another thing. Macho Man Randy Savage also talked about how he asked Hulk Hogan. He said, "Hey, let's do something for charity. Since you're always talking, telling the kids to eat their vegetables and, take their Flintstone vitamins. Let's do a wrestling match and all the proceeds go to charity." And mind you, Hulk Hogan is one of the richest wrestlers in the WWE, WWF, right? He made more money than anybody. And he ends up screwing over Randy Savage as well. Okay? And really, he's kind of indebted to Macho Man, because remember, after a while, Hulk Hogan was falling off, and he was able to gather new life and new interest when he connected with Macho Man Randy Savage. They became kind of like a duo, okay? So I'm going to play y'all this clip really quick here.
Call out to Hulk Hogan.
Right.
What do you got to say to him right now? What do you got to say to people about that?
Here's the situation right there. A lot of people think that this is just like another match, promoting another match, but it's not like that. I'm proposing the first real professional wrestling match of all time, a real fight. In fact, a little history lesson is 2 years ago, right before Christmas, I challenged them for all the proceeds going to the Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg, Florida. All the pay-per-view revenue, all the merchandising, nobody makes a dime. Everything goes to the kids. Worthy cause, would you say?
I would think so.
Okay. If he didn't accept the challenge, and, how could he not? I was going to give $10,000 to the kids as a token. You know what I mean? There's, appreciation. Not as good as the pay-per-view.
Of course.
And not as good as it could have been. Okay? So he came up with 1,001 reasons why not to wrestle the Macho Man Randy Savage. And so what happened was, one of the reasons was I was trying to get a write-off right before the end of the year. So, I gave $10,000 to the Children's Hospital on Christmas Eve, and I put it in the Hulk Hogan Coward Fund. So he could get the write-off. You know what I mean? And what can I say? You know what I mean? And that was 2 years ago. Okay, now I was gonna do this music anyway because I love music. I'm all about music. I got my own crew.
So that's basically him right there talking about it. I'm telling y'all, I mean, I know a lot of y'all probably like, who the hell are these people? The people who are my age and older, y'all get it. It was a time to be alive. Like, y'all had to be there. This is when wrestling had, like, I think everybody in the chokehold. And I'm a female, okay? And I loved it. Monday Night Raw, you know what I'm saying? And then you go to school the next day and talk about it on Tuesday. Like, I don't know, but the WWF had us in a chokehold in the 90s. Like, we all wanted to be wrestlers. We'd be jumping off the couch. And I can't tell you how many people I know, you know, broke bones because they were jumping off the bed and, you know what I'm saying, doing them damn wrestling moves and shit. Because we didn't know wrestling was fake. We thought you could just hit your brother in the head with a chair. we didn't know shit. But I also love how, like, it's so funny how these guys, they still stay in character. Like the Iron Sheik, that's really how he talks. Macho Man Randy Savage, that's really how he talks. It's like they're always in character. It's just, it's funny. They just keep that same bravado. So I just love it. I love it. So let me go ahead. I think, okay, so then we're going to hit on, okay. I also wanted to show y'all another clip here as well. Ron DeSantis caught himself trying to, you know, give props to Hulk Hogan, and somebody jumped up and cussed his ass out. I don't know if y'all seen this clip. It went viral a few days ago. We're going to watch this clip really quick here. So that's Governor Ron DeSantis.
Kid, like, you know, I'm growing up and it's like, you know, that was like somebody's like, wow, that's our superhero kind of deal. And the fact that he was from a Tampa Bay area when I'm growing up there, I was like, oh my gosh, like this guy lives in our area. And, you know, back then when they would do these big events like WrestleMania, you could go to it, which obviously I wasn't in a position to be able to go to. But they didn't have even pay-per-view where you would pay for it to come on the cable. They had closed circuit. So you could go to like a venue and they would play it on like a really big screen. And so like the first few WrestleManias I think were like that. And I remember WrestleMania 3. Hey, what's up? Hey, stop. I'm get out of here. 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 So you used to have the closed circuit. So you would go and you would have that.
He said, objection, I don't give a fuck about your Hulk Hogan story. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. I said, only in wretched ass Florida. He cut that man's story short. He said, I want to talk about alligator Alcatraz. All this Hulk Hogan shit, I don't care. Objection. What about alligator Alcatraz? We want to talk about that and these damn pedophiles. I fell the hell out when I seen that video. I said, folks are not playing no more, okay? People don't got time for the bullshit, okay? We don't got time to be sitting here. We got bigger fish to fry in Florida, all right? You want to sit here and talk about Hulk Hogan all day when there's people at Alligator Alcatraz that shouldn't be there? So kudos to that man for jumping up and calling out the bullshit, okay? I said, damn, I was not expecting that. He went in on him. Then he tried to go back to telling the story. And then, yeah, we had to get the pay-per-view, sir. Just go on ahead and just switch topics. So that was funny. That was funny, I swear. So let me go ahead and read some more of these super chats here, and then we'll do the, I'll show you guys what Brooke had to say today, because Brooke Hogan finally spoke. I see that Moneybag Mo's in the building. Moneybag Mo wrote, happy birthday. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you for the $499.99. I truly appreciate you for just always being a supporter of my channel and supporting me. You know what I'm saying? And you are my fellow Leo sister. I know your birthday is coming up. So happy birthday. Happy early birthday to you as well. So thank you so much, Mo. I really appreciate you. Man, you guys are just awesome. I really just appreciate just all the love in here tonight, just all the support, the super chats. I just hope everybody's having a good time and enjoying the stream and, you know, talking about old school wrestling. So I really, really appreciate that. Let me go ahead and read a few more super chats here. I know we got a whole bunch that came through. Oh, let me go scroll up. I think I read that one. Mr. Alexander says, happy birthday, stay blessed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Coach B, the CEO, sent $10, said happy birthday. Thank you. Kim Star sent $6.99, says someone's in her element today. Happy birthday, TT. Enjoy it to the fullest. I love you, honey. I love you too, and thank you so much. You know, when I talk about wrestling, I'm definitely in my element, so thank you, sis. Steph sent $19.99, says happy birthday, beautiful. Thank you so much, Steph. I appreciate you, sis. Forever your Leo. Hey, sis. She says, happy birthday, T. Wishing you many, many more birthdays and sending many more blessings to come. Shout out to all the Leos in the stream. Hashtag Leo Gang. Thank you so much. Yes, shout out to all of us Leos. It is our season, honey, okay? We weren't celebrated in school because we're summer babies, okay? But we get to celebrate how we want to celebrate now, especially as adults. So thank you so much, sis. Let's see here. Miss Santana says, happy solar returns. I'm happy I made this special live. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Dexter Davis says, happy birthday, T. Wish him many more birthdays to come. Thank you so much, Dexter. I appreciate you. And I will see you in 2 weeks soon. I'll see you in Atlanta. So thank you so much. I really appreciate the love that you always show on my channel. Honeymoon sent $9.99, says, your growth doesn't go unnoticed, T. Happy birthday. Love you. May you have many more years of health and life. Much love from your spicy Pisces, T. Sipper. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love and support. Even though you're Pisces, I love you. Y'all know my beef with the Pisces, honey, but no, thank you so much for your support, sis. Let's see here. Kit Finn sent 5, says, hey, Auntie, we're birthday twins. Happy for another year. Okay, so another birthday twin. Okay, my fellow Leo, thank you so much, and happy birthday to you as well. Hope you're enjoying your day. Let's see here. Salom Wallace sent $19.99, says, happy birthday. Wishing you another year of happiness, success, and good health. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mache sent $19.99, says, happy birthday, T. Thank you. Jeremy Diaz. What's up, Jeremy? I haven't seen you in so long. I hope you're doing good. He sent $4.99, says, happy birthday, T. You deserve to be blessed the way you bless us. Thank you so much, and I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you for popping through. All my OGs are coming through today. I appreciate it. It's always nice to see y'all. Let's see here. Des sent $5, says, happy birthday, T. Thank you so much, Des. Big Empress Energy. I love that name. She sent a $19.99 super sticker, says, you are amazing. Thank you so much, Big Empress. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Miss D Complex TV sent 10, says, happy birthday, lovely T. Blessings and love on this beautiful day for you. Love you all the way from France. Wow, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see here. Judicia. I hope I pronounced it right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Williams says, happy birthday, T. My birthday is on Friday. I've been watching you since I was 24. I'm about to be 31. Much love. Much love during your season. Thank you so much, and happy early birthday to you as well. My fellow Leo, thank you for tapping in. I appreciate you. Jessica Hall says, do you have a Cash App or anything? Yep, I do. It's Lovely T TV. It has my logo, so just make sure, because there's also a counterfeit person on there. But mine has my logo, so that's the Cash App. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Just Jazzy says, happy birthday, T. Mine is Friday, the 1st. Leo gang. All of these Leos in the house. I know that's right. Thank you, and happy early birthday to you as well, my fellow Leo. From Syria with love sent $4.99 says, happy birthday. I've been watching you for years. And the other day I watched an old video and everything you said about Trump was exactly right. Thank you so much for the super chat, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you. Chemical. I like how that's spelled. That's really cool. She sent 5. She says, happy birthday, T. Hope you have a beautiful day. I am, and thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Sarona Jordan says, happy birthday, T, and hit the like button. 3,000 people in here, not even 800 likes. Please hit the like button, y'all. If y'all are enjoying this stream, hit the like button. Thank you so much, sis, for the super chat. Let's see here. C.S. Frazier sent $4.99. Thank you so much. I know sent $5. Says, happy birthday, T. Love to see you flourish year after year. See you at the Leo Bash. All right. I can't wait to see everybody. It's coming up so quick, I swear. I'm excited. LaShawn B sent $4.99. Says, happy birthday, T. I found your channel around the time my mom passed. Y'all look alike, and my birthday is 2 days apart. Oh, wow. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, and thank you so much for the birthday wishes, and happy early birthday to you. And I just hope you're able to have a good birthday, you know, in spite of everything, you know, you've been through. So thank you so much for just coming through and enjoying this stream with me here today. Let's see here. Nick Barnes sent $4.99. Says, sending much love from Chicago. Enjoy your personal anniversary. I've never heard it called that. A personal anniversary. I like that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Phoenix Soul sent $2. Says, more abundant health in years to come, T. Thank you so much, Phoenix. Appreciate you. Let's see. I know we got so many. Hold on. It just refreshed. I'm like trying to go back up because there's so many. I'm trying not to miss people's, but I know there's a lot. If I miss your super chat, I apologize. Journey Under the Sun says, happy birthday, T. I love your laugh, deep talks, and wisdom. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shakira sent 10, says, happy birthday, lovely T. My late brother's birthday is tomorrow, and my mom's birthday was on the 23rd. You July Leos are cray-cray, but we love y'all. Oh my gosh, yes, we are. Just a little bit. Thank you so much, sis, and I'm sorry about the passing of your brother. Thank you for the love and support. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead. I'm going to talk about the Brooke situation because Brooke finally broke her silence today. As you guys know, I talked about everything Brooke was going through. This was about 3 months ago, like back in March, when her mom, you know, did an interview, said she hadn't seen Brooke's twins, and she caused all of this drama, and Brooke had to come out and basically say that she's got no contact with both her mother and her father. So since Hulk Hogan had died, a lot of people were going in on Brooke and saying, you know, I know you feel guilty now that your dad's dead. They were leaving her a lot of really nasty comments on her Instagram page, which is just really sad. So today, she took to Instagram to share some final words of her father. So let me pull up her page here really quick. Let's see here. Okay, so this is her page. She wrote a bunch of stuff here, but it's really small. I found it on a different website, and I'll read it then. But this is what she posted here. There's music, but it's like a slideshow. I don't want to play the music for too long, but it's like a slideshow that she did of her and her dad here. So it's sad. So she says here, let me show y'all what she's, let me read to y'all what she's saying. She says, you are my everything. I will always be your girl. I'm proud to be your daughter. For all the love, light, and goodness you brought into this world, thank you for choosing me in this lifetime and for loving me so deeply. Our bond is eternal. The truth brings me comfort and hope. Even in your absence, I love you more than all the stars in the sky. For life, after life, forever yours. So that is what she wrote. And then she also says, see the previous comment. So, you know, I left her comment. I said, that's your father. You don't owe anyone any explanations. Take care of your peace and your twins. So, because a lot of people are going off on her. And at the end of the day, that's her dad. You know, we can have opinions as the public on his antics, but that's still her father, you know? So let me pull up what she had stated. So this is one of the articles here. So what she wrote on Instagram is, my dad's blood runs through my veins. His eyes shine through my children, and our bond has never broken, not even in his final moments. Then she goes on to say, we had a connection deeper than words, one that spanned lifetimes. I'm so grateful I knew the real version of him, not just the one the world viewed through a carefully curated lens. We shared a quiet, sacred bond, one that could be seen and felt by anyone who witnessed us together. When he left this earth, it felt like a part of my spirit left with him. I felt it before the news even reached us. In an astonishing video on social media shared back in March, Linda first, oh, that's them writing. Hold on. What else did she say? I think she also said, we never had a big fight. My father and I never fight. It was a series of private phone calls no one will ever hear or understand. My father was confiding in me about issues weighing on his heart, both personal and business. I offered to be a life raft in whatever capacity he needed. I told him he had my support. I begged him to rest, to take care of himself. He had nothing else to prove to the world or to anyone. He was telling me these things, being so vulnerable with me, and heard my pleas. Then suddenly something shifted. He made a choice to walk the path that clearly tore at his spirit. I felt disconnected. What followed was respectful disagreements that took an emotional toll on me. During the last 2 years, I had to step away to protect my heart. My husband stayed open, quietly reaching out to my dad without me knowing, trying to find a safe way back in for me. After my father passed, I read those messages. Some answered, some ignored, but all of them broke my heart. Even amid this estrangement, I know in my heart I did everything I could. He knew I would run through a burning building for him. In many ways along the path of life, I did. He knows how deeply and how hard and how purely I loved him. I am at peace knowing this. All I ever truly wanted from my father was love, honesty, and a deep connection. For a few special years, I had that, and with memories that will last a lifetime. My world is forever changed, but I'm deeply blessed with a loving husband and 2 beautiful children who remind me every day of life's greatest gifts. So that is what she wrote. Then she said, we are grieving and processing privately and ask for the respect to do so. If you see or hear something, it did not come from us. There are many disturbing AI videos circulating that do not represent our family's feelings or opinions. Thank you very much for the love, support, and understanding. So that is what she had to say. And I'm proud of her. I'm glad that she was able to just state her piece, because at the end of the day, that's her father. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect her to have the same, issues with her father as a random fan, or vice versa. So I just, wish her peace, because she's been through a lot. And, the fact that she was able to get married recently and have her twins. And it was unfortunate what happened in March between her and her mother. But I'm just glad that, she's handling it the best way that she can. So good luck to Brooke on that. It is sad. It's like so much that goes on. It's like life is so short. So now let me go ahead. How long I've been on here? Okay. Still got some time here. So let's talk about Dr. Gofundtunde. Dr. Gofundtunde instead of Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We're calling him Dr. Gofundtunde. Okay? He's back at it, begging, demanding that people send him money. This is just embarrassing. I didn't know what was going on. Madia posted this, and I'm like, again, is the school still not finished, but he's begging for money. So we're going to go ahead and listen to his pleas. Dr. Gofundtunde is in the building. This is what he had to say.
Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my
objection, you're not the Prince of Pan-Africanism. You are the Prince of Pan-Pizza.
My loyal supporters out there, for my loyal supporters, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifatunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is Umar the Psychologist at yahoo.com. So that's paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/UmarThePsychologist, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or hit my Apple Pay using my cell number 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life.
Objection! The Prince of Pan-Pookieism? We're not going to do that. What you're not going to do is rewrite history, Prince of Pan-Pookieism, Prince of Dustiness. Okay, you've asked people for money throughout the years. Hell, I've been guilty of sending your black ass money. Okay? I sent him money when he first was talking about that school. My oldest child was in elementary school back then. And I'm like, boys, you guys are going to go to an all-boys school? Why? Because I'm a damn boys' mom. Okay? I was going to put my boys in his boys' school. Sent him some damn money. My son is now 24. Where is the school, sir? You're out here talking about you've never asked for money? Are you insane? You're always asking for money. Did we forget? Gifts, donations, donations, gifts, donations. He's so full of shit.
My life, I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I've only asked you to donate to the FDMG Academy for Boys. I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters. So the FDMG campaign is a selfless project, mission, and service to provide our boys with the education that they deserve. But right now,
But objection, you're saying that it's a mission to help provide education for the boys, because they deserve it. No one is enrolled in your school, sir. What education have you provided them? The school is not functioning. What is he talking about? People have donated to FDMG and there's nothing to show for it. He has a school, but nothing is running. He's been opening up this school literally since 2015. Every year the date gets pushed back. It is now 2025. And my thing is, if that money's not being touched, why is that being frozen? If that has nothing to do with your account, why was that frozen? If that was solely the school's account attached to a whole nother entity. They froze both accounts because both accounts are tied to your name. That's how this works.
I don't have any money because my account was frozen by my bank because someone has been trying to hack into my account, hack into FDMG Academy account. So the FDMG Academy account is frozen. My personal account is also frozen. That means we're going to lapse on our utility bills. We're going to lapse on our internet bill. We're going to lapse on a lot of our bills at FDMG. The bank is not giving me a timeline as to when this situation is going to be resolved. If I don't have Cash App, nor does FDMG have Cash App. I do not have a Cash App. I only have Apple Pay and PayPal. If you can spare a few dollars, send it to my Apple Pay, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, or my PayPal, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist. Although Leo season is off to a rocky start, Leo season is off to a rocky start, brothers and sisters, we will.
Okay, objection. I know he's a Leo, y'all. God damn it. Damn it. I've been known he was a Leo. What you're not going to do, Umar Johnson, is say that Leo season is off to a rocky start because your dusty, pan-pookieism ass is broke and has your bank accounts frozen. We're not going to do that. Leo season has started off great, okay? It started off great. We are thriving. We are children of the sun. We are enjoying our Leo season. It is rocky for you, sir, okay? It's not rocky for the rest of us. So we're not going to do that. Don't bring Leo season into this. Let's continue, brothers and sisters.
Will overcome. Shout out to all my donors. Newark, New Jersey, I'ma see you. Nat Turner, I'ma see you. Mobile, Alabama, I'ma see you. New Orleans, Louisiana, Hurricane Katrina, I'ma see you. Kenya, January, I'ma see you. FDMG is coming. We just got to lay down on floors, brothers and sisters. Lay down on floors, and we applying for our certificate of occupancy. I don't have any money in my pocket because my account is frozen. If you could send a few dollars to Dr. Umar for Apple Pay or PayPal, I would greatly appreciate it. Black Queens forever. Snow Bunnies never. Enjoy your weekend. Leo season forever. Peace and Pan-Africanism. With that being said, brothers and sisters, Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account.
Just the dustiness. The fact that he's a Leo just. Who saw that one? I don't. You couldn't be a Cancer or Virgo. The fact that he's a Leo is blowing me because he's trying to attach Leo season to it. He's trying to pull at the heartstrings of the Leos. That's what he's doing. You notice he repeated it 3 times. Because like I say, as Leos, we run together as a pride. Okay? We run together as a pride of lions. So he's trying to, subconsciously trying to get us as a pride of lions to support him. But he's not Mufasa. He's a dusty version of Scar. And we don't fuck with Scar, okay? We fuck with kings, not kangs. We was kangs and shit. We was kangs and shit. I mean, this is just embarrassing. And then wasn't he last week, I heard about it when I was on vacation, maybe 2 weeks ago. He was in some type of beef with some lady. They said he was fucking the help. I guess there was like a nurse that was taking care of his mom and he got to smashing her and then she blasted him and then he was saying that her coochie stank and then they were going back and forth. I'm like, this is so insane. Let me see if I can find the video. Do y'all remember that? I don't know the lady's name. It was all over Twitter. Oh, they're saying he's under a criminal investigation. Child, I hope not. Okay, Dr. Umar's ex-girlfriend exposes his filthy living situation. What the hell? Dr. Umar drops the bomb on his ex throat goat. Okay, this is the video. The throat goat. I only saw bits and snippets. So somebody uploaded it.
3 throat goat sessions.
Hold on. We gotta watch this, y'all. This person's name is Fawcett. They uploaded it. So shout out to Fawcett. Fawcett Media uploaded this. So we're gonna do a reaction of Fawcett Media doing a reaction to Dr. Umar's throat goat situation. Y'all get y'all's teacups and popcorn. Because like I said, I only saw snippets online. I was like, what the fuck is going on now with Dr. Umar? Sir, you're over here screaming about throat goats and funky coochies. Where is the school? Objection. Where is the damn school? You're over here getting head, giving head, and a bunch of more shit. But the babies are still not at this school. All right, let's watch.
turned into a 2.5-year relationship with marriage, love, masturbation. Talking about I ate out your fish tank. You have an aquarium down there. She has an aquarium down there with every creature in the ocean. She got squid, she got clams between her legs, she got oysters, she got shrimps between her legs, she got salmon, whiting, tilapia, you name it, she got it.
Well, damn! Well, damn! What the? Umar, you ate that funky fish box?
Relationship with a young lady.
We just want to hear Umar, sir. No shade.
Yo, Umar need to stop building a school and just go on tour being a comedian. Like I think that's what we need to do at this point, right?
Lene Stacks, Siobhan Stone, Lene Stacks, Throat Goat, Hood Rat, Jump Off.
Wow.
Fishy Coochie. Fishy Coochie, the queen of Fishy Coochie. I believe she may have taken information regarding the bank account of FDMG and my personal. I discussed this with the attorneys. The attorneys told me that it would be in my advantage if Siobhan Stone, Throat Goat, or Pastor Bussy tries to access my personal account or the school's account, because that is a federal crime.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
So Umar got
Okay,
it.
sir, I'm gonna need you not to be doing commentary while I'm doing commentary, okay? No, I'm just like, not me and him trying to do commentary at the same damn time. He talking, I'm talking. I just need you to sit in the corner and watch. Me and him both are like, well, Umar. Okay, this is insane. So he was saying, okay. Oh, God. So 2 weeks ago, he was talking about the throat goat stinky lady was maybe trying to get into the FDMG Academy account. And now we fast forward 2 weeks later, he's online begging and saying that his accounts were frozen. Brothers and sisters, this was a setup. Umar's ass, and probably with Throat Goat, they done ran off with the church's money. I don't give a damn. They done ran off with the money. He is laying the foundation right now to say that this account is frozen. He doesn't have access to it because he knows that school is never coming to fruition. This is his blueprint. This is what he's trying to put out there because he knows the school is not coming to fruition and people have been waiting for this school. Him and Throat Goat done ran off with the church's money. Because he was saying this 2 weeks ago, and now all of a sudden he doesn't have access to the money anymore. Seems suspicious. Oh my gosh. Let me see if there's more. Okay, he's still. I'm gonna fast forward through the guy talking, because I'm the only one here doing commentary, sir. So let me pull it up again here. Let's see what else Umar is saying.
Got into something with a young lady.
Hold on. All right.
No more than 2 or 3 hours. This young lady told me that she would not mind coming to care for my mother. I assured her that I would pay her, and I did pay her. And this is going to be important when I bring up the attorney in a minute, because I consulted with an attorney in Kansas City who told me that if I can prove that I paid her to care for my mother, then she can be charged with HIPAA violations for discussing my mother's personal, sensitive medical information without permission.
Okay. Objection. My thing is this. Why were you smashing your mother's caregiver in the first place? So you're just as trifling. Why are you not keeping a professional environment in your mother's home? This person is there to take care of your mother. And instead of allowing this woman to do her job, both you and the woman are wrong for creeping with each other. So you basically, you know what I'm saying, had her giving you head and changing your... She's bathing the mama, but giving Umar Johnson throat on the side. She's feeding the mama and then feeding Umar Johnson fishy coochie, per his words, okay? He said there was tilapia and whiting and shrimp in there. And he ate that motherfucker clean, okay? Don't let him fool you. He ate it clean. Let's keep going.
This young lady told me.
Wait a minute. The throat goat.
No, we don't need you. He's funny. We just want to hear Umar Johnson talk, brother. He said the throat goat.
The city who told me that if I can prove that I paid her to care for my mother, then she can be charged with HIPAA violations for discussing my mother's personal, sensitive medical information without permission. The 3 throat goat sessions turned into a 2.5-year relationship with marriage, love, masturbation. Talking about I ate out your fish tank. You have an aquarium down there. She has an aquarium down there with every creature in the ocean. She got squid, she got clams between her legs, she got oysters, she got shrimps between her legs, she got salmon, whiting, tilapia, you name it, she got it. Squid, octopus, every funky creature is.
And you ate all of that for 2 years straight, Umar. You only mad because she's talking shit and blasting you on the internet, okay? You ate all that funky fish for 2 years straight. You had no problem accepting all that throat goat, sir, okay? You was here for the sloppy toppy.
Is between them legs, brothers and sisters. She needs a yoni steam, a yoni dream, and a yoni clean. Love.
Oh, no rhyming, Dr. Umar. I'm about to cry over here, man. This dude is crazy.
She told Pastor Bussy that I went down on her. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. When that woman, after gummy bearing my Shango stick, that woman took off her underwear, and I'm telling.
Not gummy bearing my Shango stick. You better tell me she ain't had no damn teeth. Umar, you're a trifling. You getting head from a woman with no teeth? He said, gummy bearing my Shango stick. Ugh! This is the principal of FDMG Academy, okay? This is where everybody was planning on sending their sons to go to school. This is a shame, okay? He's over here getting his damn Shango stick gummied. He's getting that sloppy toppy.
Telling you, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. When she took her underwear off, brothers and sisters, she smelled like something crawled up inside of her and died. She smelled like an old fish tank. You ever smell a fish tank that somebody ain't cleaned in like 2 years? They got goldfish in there. They got all kind of fish.
Goldfish in there.
And it ain't been cleaned in years. That's what she smelled like.
And yet you carried on a relationship with that funky, fishy coochie for 2 years. Yet you allowed her to throat goat you and gummy your Shango stick for 2 years. Sir, objection. The math ain't mathing, okay? Let's keep going.
When she took off those funky ass drawers. Her drawers were so old and so funky that I thought it was a wife beater. That's how stretched out her drawers were.
Damn.
Her drawers were so old and so funky, I thought her underwear was a slingshot. Her drawers were so funky and so stank, brothers and sisters, that I thought it was a wife beater, brothers and sisters. And I don't mean no disrespect. So when she said, it's my turn, after she got finished swallowing the Shango, she said, it's my turn. After she got finished swallowing the Prince of Pan-Africanism, she said, it's my turn. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, how do I get out of this? Because it ain't no way under God's heaven that King Kong consciousness face, nose, tongue, lips, ears, or hairline is going anywhere near that cootie cat. Bro,
I cannot believe this is what the this is supposed to be the principal of FDMG Academy. This is a man with 6 degrees. And he's talking like he's in junior high. Wow. Let's keep going.
I want to apologize to all black women that I had to divulge so much of my personal, intimate details, Sister Stacy, but I got a woman who's trying to destroy my life, my credibility. She's trying to slander my mother, get my mother taken from me because I don't want to be with her in a romantic capacity.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, but be that as it may, we don't have to talk about that. But
anyway, man, what do y'all think about that?
Okay, let me come back on the screen here. This is crazy. I'm just like, what the fuck? Whew! He's a mess. He's a mess. Umar is a mess. So that happened 2 weeks ago. And now he's hooping and hollering. Now he wants the same black queens to come out and go, you know, send him money because FDMG's account is frozen. His personal account is frozen. I'm telling you, him and Throat Goat are in on this together, okay? It's very convenient that supposedly Throat Goat was trying to hack the account. Now he doesn't have access to it. Umar done stole the church's money. He needs to go sit down. Dr. Gofundtunde needs to have several damn seats. That's a damn shame. It's like this man has no self-control. We're finding out about babies that he tried to deny. Now you got the lady coming down. Well, who is the lady that he smashed? Who is Throat Goat? What did she say about Umar? Let me see if I can find some stuff on Throat Goat. If y'all know her name, put it in the chat. I'm just gonna Google Throat Goat. See what comes up. Who is Throat Goat? Dr. Umar's ex-lover. Oh, her name is Siobhan. Let's see. Where else is there a lot of Throat Goat? Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar's jump off fixes her crown and says he's an FBI agent. I don't even know what Throat Goat look like. Okay, so her name is Siobhan. Let me put in Throat Goat Siobhan. Because I want to know what she said because she done pissed Umar Johnson off, honey. I mean, he's always in some type of sex scandal. That's what don't make no sense. So she's an older lady, it looks like. I see some videos popping up, but I don't know if this is her, just people doing commentary. So I'm just kind of scrolling, but I'll probably have to do my own research, child. Let me see if anything else comes up anywhere else. That is crazy, though. But the way he was going off on her is insane. Because I want to know what her response was to that. Is Throat Goat's draws, are they as big as a white tee? Like, he was saying, he was throwing a bunch of damn shade, okay? But my thing is, he wouldn't be in this situation. They said, oh, she looks like Medea? Oh, wait, that's her? That looks like Medea? Why was he, so he was, oh my gosh. I thought it was a, okay, child. There's a lady talking about it, but I don't know if that's.
Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar.
Okay, I see her picture. Okay, her name is Siobhan Stone. Okay. I thought it was a fake picture. So this is an older lady that he was messing with. I'm thinking it's somebody young. Let me see if this person has a clip.
And that's what the fuck you want to go live and run with?
Oh, this is her. Okay, I think we found her. Danny's World posted this video. Let's go ahead and watch, child. Hold on. We found something here. Let's see. Cause now I'm invested, okay? I don't know if I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm enjoying my birthday with y'all. So we're gonna watch this. So let me fix this a bit. All right. And this comes from Danny's World.
Umar Johnson, come to the fucking front of the class. So you went on Instagram Live.
So is this Danny's World or is this the lady? Is this the Siobhan lady? I'm thinking it's the Siobhan lady. I hope I'm not wrong. I'm gonna keep playing. Let me know. Is that her? Because she looks like the older lady that was in the thumbnail. Is that her? Nope. That is or yes? She's pretty. Yeah, she's a pretty. I don't know. Well, I think because her hair is gray, people thought she was old. All right, we're going to watch it. Okay, y'all are saying that's her? Okay, perfect. That's her. Okay. Well, she's pretty. Y'all made it seem like she was 79. She's cute. Let's keep going.
You went on Instagram Live. 50-year-old man. You went on Instagram Live to tell 1.1 million followers that a woman that you decided to put in your mother's space, the one with the hot cat, the stanky cat, the aquarium, you chose that chick that went down on you. You chose to put her in a space with your personal shit and your mother. Either your following is slow as fuck or you are. And I'm going to have to bet that it's you. Because this is the type of shit that constantly keeps me and your bitch ass at war. So, Mr. COINTELPRO is after me. I'm being investigated by IRS, FBI, DEA, CIA. You decided to let a girl go down on you. Slob your Shango. Gummy your Shango. And you decide to put that woman in a space with your mother. Precious, precious mother. That's what you wanted to run with. You had from July the 4th to come up with something. And that's what the fuck you want to go live and run with?
So, excuse me, I'm confused. So she's not the mother's caretaker? So once again, the Prince of Pan-Pookie-ism is lying. So she's not taking care of the mother. You know what? Umar at this point, this is insane. So she's not even a caretaker for the mom, is what I'm gathering from what she's saying.
Y'all need to go and check out Linen Honor. I got a video on there. I let everything go. We gave the receipts. That's why he's on IG Live worn off. Talking about some hot cat. Now here's my position on this. If I need somebody to take care of my mother, one thing, I'm not going to get somebody that I just met. I barely know. And I'm not going to get the one person, as this being a female, that don't know how to properly wash their ass. So that's all lies. He chose me probably because I am the cleanest motherfucker he's been with.
Clock that T.
And it's funny, he put it in a text. He told me that I'm the one that is getting his mother's ass healed. Because this fucker has left her in piss and feces, either him or the AIDS. But he said he takes on whatever the AIDS do. So you've been leaving this woman in piss and shit while you run around the world.
Oh, wow.
Speaking. For what? She doesn't leave the home. She needs to see a doctor. You said social services has been out there twice. You swear it's me hacking your Instagram. You swear it's me that stole your rental car keys. You swear it's me that stole your tea container. Y'all, he got a tea container the size of my fridge. Nothing but tea. And I just got rid of it. He swears I'm the one that stole his sink stoppers. This is funny, but I'm not lying. This is how drug addicts and maniacs that go manic act. I'm the reason for everything. Now I done took off with FDMG's banking statements. I probably stole the blueprints to FDMG too late. This motherfucker tell it. I'm not a health aide. He knew that. He knows where I work. I have to be sworn in where I work. I've touched $1 billion worth of accounts. Why the fuck would I fuck with FDMG paperwork? But
I'm thinking at this point, I think there's some mental illness or something, and I'm not a psychologist, right? There's something going on with Umar Johnson, like mentally. He's not the same man he was when he first came onto the internet years ago. Like it's just weird. His energy. I don't know if it's drugs. I don't know what is wrong with this man. He literally went on a whole rant and said that she was the mother's aide and she had a funky box and all this stuff. This lady is pretty. She's articulate. And she's, she has her own thing going on. He clearly has issues. Like, this is insane. We're not going to watch this whole video, but I'm glad this lady uploaded it just so we can kind of get an idea of who she was. Let me play a little bit more.
You've been caught with an FBI file. So are you an informant?
Oh.
We shall see. You threatened my 20-year-old son. You doxed my 16-year-old son.
Not him. Objection. Not him harassing the black boys, the same black boys that he's building a school for. That's the same thing he did with the conscious stripper. He got in with her and was talking about he was going to be a role model to her sons. And then once, he got what he wanted, he stopped answering their phone calls. This man's a trip.
He's a minor. And you want to come to me about HIPAA. I'm not a healthcare professional. I never told you I was. So what fucking dizzy ass attorneys have you been talking to? And here's the other problem with this. You got an attorney for Utah. You got an attorney for my city. But you don't have an attorney to go and get your child. You ain't got no fight in you for that. Do you think before you speak? It just gets worse and worse with you. And this is why I left your ass alone. I stopped fucking with him. Let me explain to y'all why. Because he's a crash out. Because he's a liability. For anything that I have built, I am not going to take a loss for this motherfucker. I have never publicly aligned myself with Umar Johnson. And had chances to do it. I've done events. We were supposed to do a boot camp. I've never tried to align myself with him. He wanted to go out to dinner when he came back from Atlanta. I declined. I declined. He wanted
and isn't that the advice I had given in my last video when we talked about the tea situation? Remember, I said, do not talk to people that you're not equally yoked with, and finances being a big part of that. If somebody is struggling, they're not where they need to be, they will take their anger and frustration out on you. She has things to lose. She has a good job. She has benefits. And because he's sitting here going from pillar to post and depending on, donations, gifts, he's feeling away and now trying to sabotage her behind the scenes. He's projecting whatever issues he has going on with him onto her. It's just a shame. Let's watch a little bit more.
Wanted to take me to Africa, I'll go by myself. Everything has come from him. I have not given or promised any damn thing. I'm the one with all the goddamn receipts. And he lives in a fucking house he hoards. It's so nasty in that house he refused to clean. And the only damn thing that he could focus on, since all of this shit's been going on, is posted up where girls done sent him like I give a fuck. What do I care? I left him alone. I got with a man that is known. He's more successful. And we good.
I know that's right.
I asked Umar, get these people out of my fucking space. He didn't want to get his people out of my space. He didn't want to leave my space. I got screenshots of him trying to get on my fucking Facebook page. Or not my Facebook, my Instagram page. Why would you send me a friend request? He only had one follower. That was Jerk Villa. And you want me to be the second one? What part of I don't want to be publicly aligned with you don't you understand? I ain't got a hold of this nigga's phone. Let him tell it he never spent a night. But we know that's a lie. Because why? We have the proof. Lennon has it. He sent text about him spending a night. He just lies. His nephew, just came out today and backed up everything that I've said.
Oh.
So now I got a witness and I've dropped all kinds of receipts. And he ain't did nothing but just sitting on there like a big ass hobo at FDMG looking busted and fucking disgusted because all of his shit is crumbling down. I begged this fucker to leave me alone. He wouldn't do it. He threatened my kids. I'm on your ass, bitch. I'm not gonna get off. I'm not gonna come off.
All right, y'all. I didn't know that the stream was gonna go this way, child. I just, like I said, I just happened to remember what happened 2 weeks ago about him yelling about some, funky lady, but I never really dug into it. I didn't know it went this deep. So clearly you can see she's composed. She's speaking straight from her memory. She's logical. Umar was going off, ranting and raving like a lunatic based off of emotion and ego. He's mad that he's being exposed like the narcissist he is. And when narcissists get exposed, they get very, very upset. That's why he was just making all types of stuff up. So she's good enough for, to be a throat goat and a guac 3000. But all of a sudden now her drawers are the size of a wife beater. All of a sudden she got squid and shrimp and everything else coming out her cooch. You're full of shit. So Umar Johnson, I'm so disappointed in him. Because like I said, I used to be a fan, when he initially first came out. He's a great orator. He put me up on a lot of game. I researched a lot of stuff based off of things that he said. Then at some point, I don't know if it's the ego, the money, he just fell all the way off and it stopped becoming about the black boys. It really did. So it's sad. It's really sad, but that's on him. And I got so many super chats, y'all. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try and read the rest of them before I get up off the stream. There's a lot, so I'm probably not going to get through all of them, but I will go back and read them after the stream. But just not really thank you guys so much for all the super chats. I appreciate it. So before I go, because I've been on here for already 2 hours, we got to talk about Cleopatra. No, Trapper. That's her name. She decided to go off on all the aunties. She's feeling away. And so a lot of the aunties, including myself, were clapping back at her on Hollywood Unlocked. They posted a message. I guess she wanted to relay some shit to us, and she said that she's mad at women over the age of 30 that date younger men. First of all, I didn't know 30-year-olds were considered aunties, but I guess you guys are aunties now because 30 is considered old, okay? And so she doesn't like the fact that women 30 and up are dating younger guys. So she decided to, send a message to women like us who tend to attract younger guys. So let's go ahead and listen to what, Cleopatra had to say. Or Trapper, that's her name, Trapper.
I don't care what nobody says. If you over 30 messing with a young nigga, you's a burnt out bitch. You's a burnt out bitch, bitch. It is what it is. I don't make the rules up, bitch. You even know that you was burnt out. Why is you chasing them little boys? Little boys, bitch? Is you cool? Fucking with these little 21, 22. Oh, bitch, you was finito, right? You was a finito bitch, and only young niggas can't tell. Okay. You was a finito bitch, and a young nigga can't fucking tell. That's why you have chosen to settle for that. For that. That's what you chosen to settle for. For a young nigga that can't tell that you a burnt out bitch. Okay. You losing me. And I don't care what nobody says. If you over 30 messing with a young nigga, you's a burnt out bitch. You's a burnt out bitch. It is what it is. I don't make the rules up, bitch.
Okay, all right, that's enough. So I wrote on here, I said, Jan, she's big mad while looking just as old as the women that she's ranting about. Grown women don't chase men in their 20s, they chase us. Somebody else said, they chase older women because younger ones act like you. Another person said, this comment section passed the vibe test. This lady says, my YN 5 years younger than me, baby. And when I tell you he absolutely loves it here, I know that's right. Clock it. Somebody else says, I'm not accepting advice from nobody whose side bangs look like they're 2003. Let me see here. Somebody else says, damn, an older girl took your man, sis. It's okay. And somebody else says, auntie done took her man. Another person says, I can promise you they're chasing us. Somebody else says, well, y'all young bitches leave us alone. We'll leave y'all's alone. Fair game. Exactly. Older men chase younger women and younger dudes go after older women. And what she needs to realize, a lot of us in our 40s look younger than a lot of y'all in y'all's 20s. This is XXX's mama. She's 45. Cleo is a baddie. Okay? That's XXXTentacion's mother. This is my birthday picture. If my page comes up, let me refresh it. Yeah, this is my page here. Cleo's young enough to be my daughter. She's young enough to be my child. Okay? Yeah, this is me. We shouldn't look the same age. Okay? So I don't know like what beef y'all have with us older women, but all of us are older. Yeah, that's my little sister. Me and her, we're 11 years apart. Clock that T. Okay? Okay? So that's what you're not going to do. They come after us. Okay? We don't look our age. So somebody's auntie done took her man and she's mad. But I'm going to need her to simmer down.
If you over 30 messing with a young nigga, you's a burnt out bitch. You's a burnt
We don't chase the YNs. They come at us. Okay? I would love, you know what I'm saying, a 40-something-year-old. But they're going after the 20-something-year-olds, and that's cool. As long as you're legal, that's your business. I'm going to go where I'm celebrated, honey. And for some reason, okay, 28 to 35 celebrates me. So I'm here for the YNs, the good ones, though, not the ghetto hood boogers, okay? You can be young, but you got to have your shit together. I'm not, we're not doing the dusties, okay? I refuse. Somebody says, T, I'm 27. What that bank account look like? Okay? So it's funny. I don't know why she's mad. And then, you know, you're calling 30-year-olds burnt out bitches. I mean, I think Cleopatra, how old is she? I know she's 20-something. Let me see. Cleo Trapper. Age. Oh, my God. I'm thinking she's 21. Look at this girl's age. Look at this girl's age. Hold the fuck up. Let me fix my thing. Where is it at? Hold on. She is 26. Meaning, she is 4 years shy of 30. Girl, I thought she was like 20, 21. You gonna be a so-called auntie because you think 30-year-olds are aunties and washed up. That's you in 4 years, boo. I don't understand like the shaming of older women or just, you know, getting older in general. Because what is the opposite of aging? It's death. You better hope you make it to be my age and look just as good at my age instead of shaming people and being mad. If the fellow 26-year-old young men don't want you, it's because of your attitude. A lot of these young dudes are like, they don't want to talk to girls their age because they're immature. And you're showing that you're showing your immaturity by screaming and hollering like a banshee, hanging out of a car, calling people washed and, you know, upset. I promise you, as an auntie, I don't go after anybody younger than me. They come up to me. They come at us. When we're out and about, they come to us. When I was in the Bahamas, it was all types of little 24, 25, 26-year-olds. I'm like, you just don't know. I got to child your age because I'm not going to tell them about my business. Told them to guess my age. They guessed it 30 and under. Okay, well, sold. But, you know, it's like, I'm not going to tell them about my business. But it's like, you know, we're not running after these young people. They're coming after us. I don't know what it is in the water. But the 35 and under are liking older women. They just are. And it is what it is. And a lot of you 20-something-year-olds are going to have to get used to it. Because, again, we don't say anything about y'all dating old men. We appreciate the fact that you're taking old ED dick away from us. Let me stop being messy, okay? Let me stop. You know what I'm saying? There's still a lot of, you know, 45 and up, you know, guys handling their business, you know what I'm saying, in the bedroom. So I'm just being shady. Looks a little bit shady. But, you know, we appreciate y'all doing, you know, doing the Lord's work. But yeah, she was a bit too big. She was big mad. So I'm like, okay, it's obvious an auntie done stole the guy that you was feeling. Your little 26-year-old, 24-year-old, 22-year-old boo done jumped to the 35, 30 and up crowd. She literally called 30-year-olds aunties and said that was old. Meanwhile, she's 26. I really thought the way she was ranting, she was like 20 or 21. Like I said, you better hope and pray that you make it to be that old. And you'll look back at it and you'll see how foolish that rant was. And then you'll understand once you get to be older that they're going to chase you too. It'll be all right. Them saying the 20-year-olds that you want now that don't want you, the 24-year-olds right now that you want that are not checking for you, once you turn 30 and up, there'll be a new set of 20-something-year-olds. And guess what? They'll be checking for you. Okay? I promise you, they'll be checking for you. It's the weirdest thing. I don't get it. Because I swear when I was like in my 20s, it wasn't like that. And then it's like now I'm in my 40s and it's like, damn, where the hell are the 40-year-old guys? Why is everybody under the age of 35? Like what is in the water? And then it's like, yeah, nah, you're a bit too damn young. And I'm definitely not talking to somebody who's the same age as my child. That's just weird. I like Drea, you know, but I can't do that. Her son and her baby daddy are the same. That's too weird. Like you got to be at least older than my kids. You know, even if it's just by, 4 or 5 years. At least a little bit older than my children, okay? They've accepted that. They're like, as long as a person's at least older than us, they can't be our age. And then people always ask me like, oh, well, how would you feel if an old lady was talking to your sons? Last time I checked, bitch, my kids are grown. If they want to talk to an older auntie that, as long as she got her own and got a bag and ain't looking to come up off of me, that is their business. Now, I have told my youngest, because he's only 19, I said, I really prefer you not to date anybody over 25 because you're only 19. I would prefer that he be around, early 20s. I don't think he needs to bring home a 40-year-old. But as far as I have a 24-year-old son, I can't be mad if he wants to date somebody who's 30 or 35. They're grown. I don't baby, that's the problem. People want to baby their boys and, act like they're still, no, I don't baby them. They're grown men. And you're going to act as such. Not babying a bunch of grown boys. So, yeah, you know how many damn aunties be coming at my damn kids at them events? No, don't. I'm not playing matchmaker. And my boys know, do not talk to none of my tea sippers. Because y'all be trying. Is your youngest over? That's my child, right? Like y'all really be bold too. Well, my daughter and no. Y'all meet them on your own time, out in time and space. Where I'm not playing matchmaker with my children. But yeah, them little aunties be coming at my kids, but I'm not, no, I don't. Like I said, for me as a parent, I want my kids to be happy. I want them to find, good women, solid women, you know what I'm saying? So if that person happens to be older than them, so be it. As long as she has a bag, she has herself together, and she's not trying to infiltrate what the fuck I built. You're dating them, that's your business. You got nothing to do with this. So yeah. And those are the conversations, me and my boys have, dating and just, all that stuff. So it's funny. But, as far as like, there's a thing too, like as far as like friends, things close to home, you never do that. You never do that as a parent. That's why Jada will always get the side eye from me. Nobody was upset that she got some young peen. What was disgusting about it is that was your kid's friend. You met him through your children. So there's certain boundaries you just don't cross. Messing with somebody who's the exact same age as your child, messing with your child's friend, you don't do that. And that was another line actually that Hulk Hogan crossed, speaking about Hulk Hogan. Remember, that was one of the things that also helped speed up the divorce. He was smashing Brooke Hogan's best friend that he had known. She'd been friends since like first grade. Her and Hulk Hogan had an affair. And then in return, that's when Linda went and got with Nick's not best friend, but Nick's friend from high school. That's when Linda Hogan, who was like in her late 40s, started dating 19-year-old Charlie. Do y'all remember that, or am I the only one who remembers that? Clock that T. Okay? So there's certain lines you don't cross. If you want to date younger, that's your business, but you don't mess with your children's friends, people who know your children. There should be no connection whatsoever to your kids. That's disgusting. Do y'all remember that? Oh, y'all can Google it. Y'all not. Let me go ahead and pull up these receipts. Y'all know, I'm not just talking on my ass. I keep receipts. Hulk Hogan slept with Brooke's BFF. T keeps receipts. Let me pull this up here. Yes. Hulk Hogan had an affair with his daughter's friend, Christine Palante. That's her now. So I forgot her name. Let me Google it. Christine. Because y'all know I don't forget shit. That was her name. There we go. Trying to see if I can find a damn picture of her. But yeah, that ended Brooke and Christine's that ended their friendship. Here we go. See, TT keeps receipts. So again, I'm not here to regulate how people date, who they date, but there has to be a respect factor. Point blank, period. There has to be a respect factor, especially when there is an age gap and there's an age difference. Let me pull this up. Hulk Hogan's death exposes controversial affair with daughter's best friend. Put a teacup if you did not know this. If you did not. Because a lot of people don't know this. That's what really started the death of his relationship with Linda. And then after that came out is when Linda was like, fuck it. I'm about to go mess with Charlie, who was one of Nick's friends from school. Not best friends, but still, you know, Charlie knew the kids. Okay, Juan Hernandez, I don't know if you're new here, but you can get out my chat talking about Cubans for Trump. Bitch, it's my birthday, okay? So unless you're putting Leo signs and birthday emojis, get up out of here with the bullshit. Mods, get him up out of here. Don't come in here spamming shit. Unless you spamming happy birthday and Leo signs, exit MAGA, okay? Mad because we talking about Hulk Hogan. So anyways, I see all the cups. So a lot of people did not know that tea. So that's what I'm saying. You know, again, date how you want to date. I don't regulate people. But they're, you know, you still have to keep a certain moral code. Do not mess with your children's friends and stuff like that. There's too many fish in the sea. So that was another thing. So you had to clock him. Don't come in here with that MAGA shit on my birthday, bitch. Move along with that. Okay? He seen Hulk Hogan's name and came to defend his honor. Not on my watch. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm a mess. I've been on here for over 2 hours. This has been an amazing stream. I've had a great time here. Once again, thank you guys for all the birthday messages. Please hit this stream with a like. I'm going to read a few more super chats. I'm going to get up out of here. Let's see here. Christian Monique says, remember when his team fired/replaced that BW? I'm not sure what that means. But thank you for the super chat. Babylon 1970 sent $20, says there's a documentary with Roddy Piper and the British Bulldog. Wow, those are some excellent wrestlers back in the day. And how they died in poverty and pain. And when the body slam Andre the Giant, that was Andre's idea because he wanted to retire. Andre was French. Yeah, Andre the Giant was everything. I remember him in that movie. What was that? It was like that princess movie back in the day in the 80s. Princess of the Bride or something like that. And he was in that movie. But yeah, Andre the Giant was another one. That SummerSlam or WrestleMania, I forget which one was which. That is also what helped put Hulk Hogan on the map. When Andre the Giant allowed Hulk Hogan to pick up his 600-pound frame and body slam him. That WrestleMania, I believe it was one of the most watched ever in WrestleMania history. Was Hulk Hogan picking up Andre the Giant and body slamming him. So yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, Princess the Bride. That was do y'all remember that movie? That was like back in the 80s. Like I remember watching that in like 3rd grade. That was like my favorite movie, and Andre the Giant was in that movie. It's really good. I haven't seen it in years. But yeah, that was the movie, The Princess Bride. Yep, The Princess Bride. Really good movie. So thank you for the super chat, love. Christopher Benson Senpai says, happy birthday, T. Much love from Detroit. Okay. Leo gang season is upon us. May God continue to bless you and those twins sitting on your chest. Well, damn. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Me and my twins are blessed. Let's see here. Pretty Tina, please. Sim499 says, happy birthday, girl. Been watching since 2010. Wow. Thank you for being an OGT sipper, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you. Maria sent 999 says, happy birthday, T. Love you and thank you for making my years brighter. Thank you for being a tea sipper and for being here throughout the years. That means a lot to me, sis. Thank you. Marianne sent 999 says, happy birthday, T. Wishing you a long life and prosperity. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Lucky Charms sent 499 says, perfect timing to do a wrestling topic because WWE Unreal just came out on Netflix where they completely go BTS and pull the curtain back on everything. What? I don't like that. That's why I can't get into like the new wrestling. I don't want to see the behind the scenes. I don't want to see y'all as friends. I don't want y'all destroying K5. I don't want that. I want the heels to be the heels and the heroes to be the heroes. That's how we grew up. I just feel like it's just too commercialized now. Like people were so passionate. Like you had to pick a team. There was no in between. Either you were team, you were for the heels, and that's what it was, or you were for the good guys, and that's what it was. You know, so I don't know, man. I love old school wrestling. Like I'll go back and watch old school wrestling videos, and it's sad every time a wrestler dies because I'm just like, damn, it's like a part of your childhood died, you know? And that's the part where we're also conflicted with Hulk Hogan because we were such big wrestling fans, but the real Hulk Hogan, you know, it's just like Terry Bollea, I don't know how you pronounce the last name, but Terry, you know, his character was just kind of, you know, his real life character was shady. And then the fact that he said all that racist stuff that, you know, that hurt black wrestling fans who were really fans of his. So, but everything happens for a reason, child. Way too good for this. And 5 says, happy birthday. Wishing you great health, happiness, safety, and prosperity in all aspects of your life this year and for many years to come. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Dora Not Explorer says the Attitude Era was everything. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And then that whole, oh my God, that era where Vince McMahon was trying to act like he was black. Was that a part of the Attitude Era too? Where he'd be coming out there with the black scent. It was just, and the do-rag. That was a whole mess, I swear. But yeah, The Rock, that Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was a great era. That was the era for my sons. So they were elementary school during that era. So that's when I was still watching wrestling with the boys. Because me and the boys would watch wrestling together. That was a good era. Yeah, he would come out. I believe that was the Attitude Era when Vince McMahon thought he was black or, you know, try to portray, you know, black character. He was just weird. And he'd come out just yo, and just a clown. Just a deviant clown. Yeah, John Cena. I remember getting the boys John Cena wrestling figures and everything. That was a good era. Kurt Angle. Uh-huh. Yeah. I think by the time they got to junior high, I kind of checked out of the wrestling. Then I know they had like a lot of the wrestling divas, and that's when all the girls came. And, you know, I don't know, no hate, no shade, no tea. And I think the diva girls, they did good. But I think because I'm so old school, everybody's calling. Because I'm so old school, I'm used to China. Like China was badass. She was fighting the guys, but a lot of people felt uncomfortable with her fighting the men just because, men, women, and abuse and stuff like that. But China was so badass. And it's like, for me, I don't think any woman has really come close to what China did. China really put on for a lot of women in the wrestling world, And it's sad that she wasn't able to get her flowers while she was still alive to get them. And we can thank Stephanie McMahon for that. That's a whole nother video. Yep, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton. Oh, y'all were bringing back memories, child. The Wall of Jericho. Mankind. Cactus Jack. Bret the Hitman Hart was not a part of the Attitude Era. That was old school. But we love Bret the Hitman Hart. Rest in peace to Owen Hart. But yeah, that was one of my favorite wrestlers. And Shawn Michaels. I used to be a big Shawn Michaels fan. And he's matured a lot. He's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes with wrestling. And then The Undertaker, he's a reborn again Christian. So I'm real proud of him. Yeah, it was so many names. Yeah, I remember when he turned into NWO, the New World Order. I remember that. And Razor Ramon, I love Razor Ramon. He was my favorite bad guy. Razor Ramon was fine. That was my favorite bad guy. I remember Coco Beware. He come out doing that little bird dance and shit. Coco Beware and Kamala, the Ugandan giant. He be patting his stomach. Oh, don't get me started. I know my wrestlers. And everybody thought Kamala was African, and he was like a big guy from Mississippi. He was African American the whole time. We all thought he was from Uganda. He used to scare my little brother when he'd come into the ring. Like, oh my gosh, that character of Kamala, the Ugandan giant, that was one of the most just classic characters. And he was from Mississippi. And unfortunately, he ended up dying broke. Another tragedy of the WWF, WWE. Yeah, China died several years ago. Oh, I didn't know that okay. Somebody said the Undertaker is a Trumper. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, he's free to be whatever he wants to be. But I am glad that he decided to become a reborn again Christian. Like he really changed his life around. He's married now and he just seems in a happier place. Because Lord knows he scared me my whole childhood. I used to have nightmares about The Undertaker. He scared me my whole childhood. Let's see here. Sydney says, happy birthday, T. I used to love wrestling when I watched. It was The Undertaker, Triple H, The Rock, Rikishi, and my favorite, Booyaka 619. Oh my gosh. You just brought back some memories. Thank you so much, Sydney. I appreciate you. Let's see here. 2 Clarence 49 says, hey T, do you remember Please Don't Try This at Home campaign after the little girl passed when her friend did that wrestling move on her? Yeah, wrestling was that big. Happy birthday. Was that big black boy Nathaniel? Remember he was really big for his age and he did that wrestling move on his neighbor's daughter and he killed her by accident. And they said he was kind of, he was a little bit off. And I think, didn't they give him time? They were trying to give him 20 years in prison or something like that. It happened a long time. If that's the story you're talking about, I remember that was a big case. I don't know if he ever got time or just, did juvenile time, but that was really sad. He ended up killing her, doing a wrestling move on her because he was 14 or 15, but he was really big for his age. And the neighbor was 6 years old. I remember that controversy years ago. Okay, y'all remember I'm talking about that? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people got hurt trying to copy those wrestling moves. A lot of people. Choked out, hit with chairs. Oh, they gave him 30 years? Oh, wow. That's his name, Lionel Tate. Thank you, Gia. Yep, that was his name, Lionel Tate. They gave him 30 years for that? They charged him as they charged him as an adult? Yeah, that was a crazy case. I'm not saying he should have just got off scot-free, but he was a kid. And you could tell he was kind of off. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't all there. Yeah, that was a crazy case. So he got life in prison? Wow. Oh, not Papa Shango. I ain't heard that name in a long time. Papa Shango, Randy Orton. Wow. Motherland said 1999 says, happy birthday, T. Hashtag Leo season. Thank you so much, sis. Mike, the Universal Artist, says, happy birthday, Truth Teller. Love you with all my Philly love. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. ZK sent 999 says, happy birthday to you and my daughter. Happy birthday to my fellow Leo. Thank you so much for the super chat. Natalie M sent 199 says, happy birthday, T. Y'all Leos always push us cancers out. We do. We be coming through the pipelands like, get up out of here, cancers. It's our season. Let's see here. Daryl Lynn sent 10 says, hey, T, you were the first person I heard call Dr. Umar out on his BS years ago. A lot of Manosphere content creators like to say they did, but you were the first. Thank you so much. Yeah. Once I realized that school wasn't coming and he was full of shit, especially after that whole controversy with the conscious stripper, I was off of Umar after that. I was like, yeah, this dude is full of shit. And the fact that we still have not gotten the school is ridiculous. So thank you for the super chat. Quentin says, happy birthday to my fellow Leo sister. Mine was on the 25th of July. I wish you many more to come. Thank you so much, and happy birthday to you as well. Let's see here. CSC Collins 1981 sent $99.99. Said, happy birthday, Queen. You always make my day brighter. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love and the support. So thank you for the super chat. Lady Ty 826 and $5 says, happy birthday and best wishes to you. Thank you so much. Epitome Friends at $9.99 says, happy birthday, T. May God bless you with good health and success in all your endeavors. Lovely. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Blatino boy, what's up, Blatino? He says, where is all the black Hogwarts in Wakanda? I want to return on my investment or give me my money back. Thank you so much for the super chat, love. LaShawn says, the Prince of Panhandling. He's definitely a grifter. He's a certified grifter. Thank you for the super chat. That Girl Is Real set 1999 says, happy birthday, T. Wishing you many more. Thanks for all you do, keeping us informed and entertained. You are so welcome, and thank you so much. Let's see here. Lady Pink says, Umar is on the cups. He's at the end of August, so he's practically a Virgo. Okay, well, the Virgos can claim Umar Johnson. No, let me not do that. He is a Leo. Oh, I can't believe try to use Leo season to panhandle. This man knows no shame. Keisha Harris at $9.99 says, hey, T, happy birthday. May God bless you with many more. And leave the Virgos alone. We have Jada Pinkett. Oh my gosh, I didn't know Jada was a Virgo. Well, enjoy. Let's see here. JTV Video set 999 says, at least he didn't say she had crabs. Yeah, he knew if he would have said that, it'd have been like, sir, you know that's a STD, right? Umar's a trip. He is. Let's see here. I'm trying to read as many as I can here before I go. Luke sent $99.99. Said, happy birthday, sis. Wrestling was everything, hold on. It says, was everything back then. Remember when the Von Erich brothers and the Mighty Igor? I miss those days. That was real old school. The Von Erich brothers, that was like 80s. Yeah, that was like the Junkyard Dog era. Yeah, that was very, very old school. Those were the days though. Like wrestling was so entertaining. It was real. I mean, there'd be blood. You'd be crying in the living room like, oh my God. I remember like, who was that? When Macho Man Randy Savage, he got beat with the chair and was bleeding. And I mean, you would be like in tears crying because your favorite wrestler's like, get up. And there's blood all over the ring. That's why us, you know what I'm saying, like millennials and Gen X, we're built for tough. Us older millennials, not the younger ones. There's a divide. The older millennials, because we grew up with all that, you know? Had to be tough back then. Let's see here. Paris Gordon says Vince McMahon was being black in 2007. Was that the era? I forgot what that era was. Let me see if I can find some video or something. Vince McMahon he's such trash. Let me see if I can find some. Vince McMahon acting black. Oh my, okay, this was like the worst era. I don't care what nobody says. Let me show y'all this before I go. Let me show y'all this. Vince McMahon acting black era. He walked around with a do-rag. He was a menace.
After losing his hair at WrestleMania 23, Vince McMahon returned to WWE with an interesting look. He started wearing a do-rag and acting differently. He added elements from black culture to his character by even calling people G and Holmes. That wasn't all. He also wanted to get back at Bobby Lashley by taking his ECW championship. So he set up a 3-on-1 handicap match where Lashley had to defend his title against Team McMahon at Backlash. In the title match, the numbers game was too much for Lashley to handle. After Umaga hit Lashley with a Simone splash, Mr. McMahon tagged himself in, pinned Lashley, and became the ECW World Champion. For the next month, Mr. McMahon showed off his new title every chance he got, but Lashley finally won it back in a street fight at One Night Stand. Mr. McMahon became depressed after losing the title, so they planned an appreciation night to make him feel better, but at the end of the night, when he got into his posh limousine, it suddenly blew up. The whole wrestling world started to grieve for the former CEO. About a week later, Mr. McMahon had to address everyone after something tragic unexpectedly happened. After losing his hair at WrestleMania...
Do you see why we're messed up as adults? Like this was our this was our childhood. Like the fact that I can put in when Vince McMahon was acting black and tons of videos come up on YouTube tells you everything you need to know. That was our childhood. He pretended to kill himself. We all mourned together, and then he comes out the next week like, "Hey y'all, I'm back." Wait, what? 2 weeks ago you were acting black. Then you died. Now you're back. I'm telling y'all had to be there. Y'all just had to be there. Okay, y'all had. If you didn't grow up a WWF, WWE, WCW kid, I don't know what you missed out. You missed out. I swear. But Vince McMahon, when he went through his black phase, he was a menace. Let me see if there's any other. Like, he was such a menace during this phase. Oh my gosh. Vince McMahon said, if you're not Caucasian, leave the ring. He was, okay, here it is. Here goes another one. Y'all remember this? Hold up. Y'all got, oh my God, there's so many. Hold on. This was Vince McMahon, the black era.
What up, G?
Oh, God. You can't. The fact that we have a Vince McMahon black era tells you everything. Oh my gosh, those were the days. And then he just ended up being a pervert. You know what I'm saying? A straight up pervert. But thank you, Paris, for that. That was a crazy era. Like, oh gosh. This is why we have trust issues now. We just don't trust people, okay? We watch wrestling. We thought the CEO died only for him to come back the week later. Let's see here. Deja It says, happy birthday, T. Many more blessings to you and your family. Thank you so much. LRD sent $9.99 says, been here since your things we should leave in 2010 video. I was a baby, LOL, 28 this year. Have the best birthday ever. Thank you so much. I forgot about that. All the things that we need to leave in 2010. Wow, that was years ago. You just brought back some memories, for real, for real. Let's see here. TKH sent 5, says, happy birthday, lovely T. Silent Tea Sipper here. I love your content and I'm wishing you so much love, wealth, and success. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and thank you for your support, even though you're a silent tea sipper. Thank you. Rage Blaze sent $9.99, says, T, yes, T, they gave the boy time in jail, but they went back and released him, but he came out and robbed the pizza guy and went back to jail. Damn. So Lionel Tate really went through it. So he got out and then was still acting a fool. Okay. Yeah, I haven't followed up with that story in years, so thank you for the update. Somebody said Umar is the male version of Miss Cleo. Happy birthday, T. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you for the super chat. Colleen sent $9.99, says, wishing you the happiest birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So just thank you to everybody. Oh, Houston Rose sent $4.99, says, did you see Brooke's song with Paul Wall was trending 25? Wow. Because you can't see nothing, Paul Wall. That was the jam back then. I remember when Brooke came out with that music video, everybody was just so proud of her because she was really working on, you know, trying to get everything together. And then she did a little dance. She was trying to be like the new modern Britney Spears. Well, that's sweet that everybody has her song trending. I didn't even know that. That's really sweet. Brooke Hogan. Paul Wall. About Us, yeah. I can't believe that came out so many years ago. Time be flying. It's like, where did the time go? It's crazy. Now she's a mom with twins. The Hulkster done passed away. It's life goes by so fast. Harlan Quinn said $9.99, says, them young ones turn you every which way but loose. Ooh. Oh, wait. Thank you so much for the super chat, sis. Appreciate you. Cordo M sent 10, says, nah, aunt, you clowning the unks about ED, but don't forget the dried up catcher's mitt y'all get in the cooch after 35. Let's all be based around here. Maybe the women that you mess with, child. Okay? Speak for yourself. Okay? Because that shouldn't be true. You shouldn't be dry after 35. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 60 or something like that, but 35, you might want to go get that checked. I'm just saying. But thank you for the super chat, though. I appreciate you. Oh, let's see here. Krista Monique says, drama, money on the first date. Who you must be talking about Umar. You can't. If you have drama and money, you shouldn't be dating. If you have a lack of funds and a bunch of drama, get that in order before you date. Because all you're doing is bringing a bunch of nonsense and baggage into somebody else's situation. So, let's see here. DJ Generation says, Hulk Hogan having a Hell in a Cell match now. Ooh. I seen the memes. Them memes were rough. They were going in on him on Twitter. Like the day he died, some of them memes, I'm like, oh my gosh. People were going there. They were dragging him for the filth. So, you know, again, everybody has their own feelings about Hulk Hogan and what he meant to them and, you know, how he treated people, you know, the racist things he did. And then other people have fond memories and feel like, you know, the past is the past. So to each its own. But thank you for the super chat. Oh my God, not the chat putting wet emojis, talking about, I'm good, ain't nothing dry over here. Oh my gosh, not y'all having a wet emoji contest in the chat. Y'all are funny. Oh my goodness. Low 65, he just gifted 5 memberships. So thank you for that. If you guys want to join the membership and watch some deep dives, he gifted 5 memberships. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, Low65. Let's see here. I think I got most of everybody's super chats. If I missed anyone, I apologize. Let's see here. Donda M says, I want to wish you the happiest birthday. T, I wish I could come to your birthday bash. Much love from your day one Discorder. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know, I'm sad you're not able to come, but, you know, hopefully there'll be others and, you know, other events and stuff that you can attend. So thank you. And we're trying to get space for like, we might have a few more tickets. We're trying to get a bit more space. So again, if you're interested, just write wait list on those platforms and, you know, we'll hit you up in the order that we see them. But we're still working on trying to get more, so we might. And especially if you're in Atlanta, you don't have to travel anywhere, so might as well. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. So y'all, I've been on here for, oh my God, 3 hours. Oh my gosh. I was supposed to leave an hour ago. I'm like, I'm about to get ready to leave. And then it ends up being 3 hours and it doesn't even feel like it. But once again, if I did not get to your super chat, I apologize. But thank you guys so much. Thank you everyone for the birthday messages, the well wishes, the super chats, the cash apps, and most importantly, the support over the years. Like, it means a lot to me. And thank you guys for joining me on my birthday. Like, I always enjoy these birthday streams and just talking with y'all and chopping it up and everything else. So once again, everybody have a good night. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all's support. And thank you guys for making, you know, my birthday just even more special than it already is. So I don't want to cry again because I cried enough today. So, but thank you, everybody. I will talk to y'all later.